that are not right. They are trying under the circumstances, right? And he told me, out of 100 people who are tested on their eyesight and health, only 10 pass.
Out of 100?
Yes.
That's a 10%.
That I quote the Director General of NTSA. Out of 100, only 10 can pass sight test and other health factors. And it is even worse. And you see why I'm saying that we need not to really press on NTSA a lot. They have put a lot of effort in the public sector.
Yes.
And for sure, when they put a law on or a rule regarding public transport, two drivers to drive within a long distance, that has reduced. But you see now schools is increasing. Because there was a blind space in that. Nobody cared so much about this space. And in school is where you find very old people that went to retire.
Old buses.
And very old buses.
Yes.
That are now driving. So focus. And you see, leave it also. And we are not talking about what the Minister Murkomen is doing a good job. I listened to him the other day. I said, salutation, my Laptani, because he said that he doesn't want to become a Michuki.
Yes, he did.
He wants to be the person who will be judged. Today, through a camera, he knows the car that has crossed the speed, the speed limit.
Yes.
Through a camera, and he's good. This is where the future is. So we are not talking about those things because I'm sure the future is bright.
And actually, he mentioned something about the human element too.
Yes,
he talked about people somewhere in Eldoret or wherever. He mentioned something like a person is in a boda.
Yes.
Himself, the rider, his wife, and his 2 children.
Yes.
All of them in one bike.
Yes.
And when something happens, unfortunately an accident or something, the people don't question these victims. They ask, where is Murkomen?
Yes.
Where is the government? Where is NTSA?
Imagine.
Yeah.
So you can imagine and how bad that it can be when you don't check on these things. It is only in Kenya that we have a rider of motorcycle training about how to ride a motorcycle in 42 minutes. The next thing, amepata deposit, he goes to pay for 15,000 kwa credit company. He gets a motorcycle and he rides on a new motorcycle.
Yes.
Oblivious of what can happen to anybody, and then mwananchi tu anaingia tu.
You have no clue.
Anaangalia hii inakaa safi sana, ni pikipiki mpya. Ngebe bwana ama chenebo neo.
The new one.
The new one. Ngebe. Jamaa hajawahi kuona ng'ombe ikiwa kwa barabara, how you can react when a cow is on the road. Mama na watoto ndani ya kichaka na fence. You can imagine. And the 4,000 people we are talking about, Korir, these are only the dead.
Yes.
The people in hospital
who survived.
Seriously. Like an accident. Is it Murkomen who is going to come and help us?
No.
It is
he cannot
us.
enforce these things.
I enforced a rule in Honda that you cannot buy a motorcycle without showing your driving license. And any dealer who is found selling that is guilty. And we can even go to levels that we can cancel. That is my prayer. And for sure, we spoke to all the dealers of Honda. And they agreed, Chairman, we agree. Let us save these people. Guy, that you don't have the money, but you save lives. You don't rush to have money.
You see, Dr. But the problem is I might buy a motorbike from you. I am licensed. But since business is booming, I buy a second one. Now this second one, I give to my brother, my cousin, my neighbor, whom I trained on my own for like a day or two.
Yes.
And
42 seconds, 42 minutes.
We are making money, you know. And then somehow people who do not have the qualifications always end up behind the wheel.
It's true.
Especially pale mashinani.
And that is something. Sasa, that is where there needs to be explanation. The 40,000 people over the 10 years that have died, the 10,000 families that have lost their loved ones, it needs to be drilled in the minds of people. Ukienda upande pikipiki, hauna helmet.
Yeah.
You don't know, you know very well this guy may not be knowing how to ride a bike.
He's drunk. Most times you
ikianza kupita wewe mwenyewe ndio unasema wacha unasikia harufu. I told you we found a motorcycle accident with my wife Susan.
Yes.
Kuenda kuinua huyu mtu tuweke kwa gari because our journey had to end, tujaribu tuokoe huyu mtu. We took them to Kitui General Hospital.
Yeah.
The guy was so drunk, Korir.
Wow.
And he was the one driving the bike. Honestly. Sio ni kama tu kupatia nyoka kidole ikuume ama kuweka nini kwa shingo.
Passenger atakuja apande, atasikia harufu, and the passenger will not be like, look, I think I'll have to look for another one.
You can imagine.
Unabahatisha na maisha yako.
And that's the way. Unapata mtu anasema ati Ruto asaidii barabara. Ruto atasaidia mpaka kwa nyumba yako, honestly.
No.
So we need to start training our people. We need to, and it is those who are listening. And actually, I think you are doing your thing. I did my thing by writing the article.
Yes.
You read the article.
Yeah.
You have called me here because of this article. Someone who is listening to our program and discussion should be able to say, kutoka leo, mimi sitapanda pikipiki angalau yenye iko na aina mtu ako na helmet ama ana helmet. Ama mtu anajibebea helmet kama Uganda na watu wengine. You get it in the vehicle, in the boda, unaanza kuingia pale. So that you save your life. Hata kama ujipendi, tunakupenda woye.
Na hizi barabara, I mean, daktari, there is, apart from boda, even this, public transport vehicles, matatus, especially jioni, wakati kuna nyesha, early morning, that rush, you find capacity ya gari imejaa.
Exactly.
But the conductor is busy calling people waingie. Now, I don't blame the conductor because anatafuta pesa. That guy who's being called anaambiwa kusimama ni half the price or something. Bas. And munajazana kwa aisle ya gari. Na hiyo ni human factor. Si maneno like ya gari. Unaangalia unajua gari imejaa. Wakati ambapo umesukumwa mpaka kwa kona ya probox hapa mbele imeingia watu waine, mkono iko nje umejishikilia hivi. Na sasa gari ni automatic, so you don't need the kiatu ya huyu jamaa neighbor yako iko chini ya brake. Hapana. Ukikanyaga utakanyaga mguu yake. Honestly. And people don't say no. Yeah. Mtu anakuambia ingia. So these are the things that we need to speak in the church, in the mosques. Mahali yoyote tunakutana watu wakienda kwaya, gaigai chunga maisha yako. Hata kama ujipendi tunakupenda. Watoto wako wanakutarajia. Ukiwa mlevi wachana ati unangojea alcohol itasaidia nani? Ni wewe tu. And also I think safety belt, you need to have it. You are not wearing it because of the police. Yes. Maima no. Iman. And people, it's unfortunate. Aside from the KU accident, also recently in Bomet there was another accident. A matatu, 14-seater. Imetoka sites za Mauche. Imepitia pale nyuma pale inatokea Bomet huko Mugango huko ndani. Somewhere along the road. Accident. People died. The survivors now were talking about this vehicle was overloaded. So unajua pale sasa ni people are carrying food stuff. Anasema mahindi. Kulikuwa na magunia mahindi chini ya gari kwa floor. Kuna mahindi juu. Na ndani we are like over 20 people. Imagine. Then definitely brakes ina fail. Fail. Yes. Na on top of that una overspeed. Yes. And one of the things yenye career that we really need to do is to retrain. Mimi niko tayari kurudi shule. Nifanyishwe mtihani tena, nikumbushwe kuendesha gari if that is what is going to take, because most of the people license tuliletewa kwa nyumba. Because ulikuwa na shilingi 2,000 3,000 wakati hiyo
Kono bwana ongen ngalekab kari.
Si unajua umejifunza na tractor huko kwa shamba.
Magia agenge akayen kwanza mi nebo nini nguno. Nebo auto. Kijiko tu peke yake alafu wewe enda uniletee license.
Unalipa,
but license mingi. So tukisikia hiyo kitu ikitajwa tusipige serikali.
And Murkomen mentioned that thing a while back, and people really
and he needs to be supported, really, and it has to start with this community even as we go elsewhere. That ingen go samis moriat kobokot nebo.
Yes.
Lazima kuribchi chi nebo ka ak chemoget ak ngo. So you start with yourselves. Isikue kelele ikisemekana now it is retraining. That wanataka pesa ingine ya kufanya nini. Ni ukora. Ukora na watu 1000 wanakufa. If 4,000 people don't shock you every year, what will?
And it's always ajali lifanyika kuna watu until it gets to you.
Until it gets. Mazishi itakuwa na utasikia na unasikia huyo kijana aligongwa na baiskeli, huyo aligongwa na pikipiki, huyo alikuwa anatembea peke yake kwa barabara, huyo alikuwa anafanya nini. So the human factor, as you say, is something that we really need to take seriously, and we need to take it not ngalegab serikali. It is survival. Our own thing. It is survival.
We need to
imagine watoto umezaa wanakutegemea, alafu unaenda tu unafanya kitu ya kishenzi hapo.
Unapoteza maisha and then you affect maisha ya watu wengine.
Unaanza kutembea kwa barabara, una text watu, uko kwa WhatsApp na unapitia kwa barabara. Utakosa aje kugongwa.
So it's basically this thing needs to be about personal responsibility.
If you find yourself hata kwa familia ukijipata kila wakati wewe ndio unakumbushwa ati iko bump, hiyo ni notice kubwa sana kwako. That you need to be able to know kama kuiona ama kufanya nini. Of course there are other factors, but if you find that your eyesight is a problem, ikifika saa 12
your co-driver is always
weka tu hapo gari, lala, kesho iko safari unaweza kuendelea and you'll be okay.
So that's the human. And I think I've seen in other countries, I don't know if it's possible to implement such, in Kenya, but in other countries mtu umeenda kwa bar, umekunywa pombe yako. At some point yule mwanakuzia pombe, he looks at you and is like, no, wewe umekunywa sana. When it's time for you to leave, somehow wanakukataza kudrive. They tell you, you know what, I'm calling you a cab, here are your keys, kujia kesho. And you go, but I don't know how practical that is.
When my Laptani Arab Murkomen comes up with the laws that is now working on the system processes, I think it's going to be very easy. Some of these things will just simply die away, because in some countries, Japan for instance, if you cross the line, if you have a mistake, your license unapunguziwa points. So you have like 100 points
to start with.
Every time there is a small mistake, maybe 10 points go. There are some mistakes that are bigger, like talking to the phone while driving, maybe inatolewa some 30 points or something. So when it gets to 0, you are not allowed to drive for the next 2 years. You are banned from the road and driving for 2 years. And they will catch up with you if you are driving. Cameras are there. Your registration is known, and somehow they will catch. Or your people, your neighbors will tell on you. So it's very easy. When you are drunk, you don't touch the car. Outside, now like in Japan, they have people waiting outside. Unakomboa dereva, wanakufuata na gari yao, wakikufikisha wanarudi na gari yao. So it's very simple. So because you don't want to make a mistake, when you get a receipt, unaambiwa ukuje ulipe tarehe fulani. Ikipita by a day, inaanza kupanda. Na kama hujaonekana within a specific period, say 3 months, the police will knock at your door and you have to pay and pay handsomely, and you can go to jail. So these are things that we need to prepare ourselves for, because 4,000 people in a year is not allowed.
In fact, I think will by now it's almost over 1,000 in the first 3 months.
Yes, 3,000 something. Yeah. You can imagine it was the highest in the season.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how bad it can be. So this, what the NTSA and Murkomen is working on, I think is going to change a very big way. But even changing, because wananchi ataenda Wayakiwe. Iko ukuta wamewekewa, but unakuta mtu ameruka mpaka juu.
Wanatafuta mwanya between those blocks. Then unaona watu wanachungulia and you see people really speed. Mtu umetoka ile barabara ya Nakuru ama ya Narok, when you get to Wayakiwe ni barabara mzuri.
Exactly.
You feel like umefika nyumbani. So you really pedal to the left, unakanyaga. Then out of nowhere unaona kichwa imetokea hivi kwa blocks. Then you're like, and it takes just a second.
You can imagine.
And people can lose their lives.
Yeah.
So people need to, I think sometimes, like the time when we lost people in Londiani, and leaders walifika pale, DP Rigiji alifika pale, MPs walifika, Murkomen was there. People, I mean, it was a whole thing. Paka fundraiser ikafanywa nini. But after that, nobody picked up from there and used that as a launching pad to really sensitize people about this traffic problem. Because now I'd assume that maybe NTSA or the ministry would now use that one, while people's attention is still on that issue, to really drive that point home.
It's true. Yeah? It's true.
So I think maybe in future we look at ways of, we don't wait for accidents to happen so that we can use them as, people are now glued to the screens watching developments, accident, then we now link in our, public messages. Maybe just do a ongoing thing. And training people and everyone taking responsibility. Whether you are driving on the road, last 2 weeks, I think, I was following a truck ya mafuta. I think brakes zilikuwa zimejam. So ilikuwa inatoa moshi mingi mpaka inafunika the whole truck. And people are just passing. So I had to try as much as possible to stop the driver, to signal
because
him.
Maybe he does not know that kuna moshi nyuma ambayo taya imejam na inaweza lipuka ikue moto kubwa na amebeba mafuta. So just taking that responsibility, showing somebody sign, piga on, shida bwana.
Slow down and check.
Slow down, check. Watu wawili watatu wakikuonyesha, you will stop. So not just leaving, unasema huyo mjinga anaendesha gari na pengine ajui
yake italipuka.
So that responsibility, and letting our children singing about it. I wish we can be a singing nation like we used to be, where people are singing about dereva chunga maisha. You're telling people maneno ya ukulima, maneno ya ajali, maneno ya nini, so that people can be able to take up these issues and own them. And they know that it is not a government issue, it's about your life.
True. Daktari, I think at this point I would like us to take a short break.
Okay.
We still have issues to talk about. We still talk about our infrastructure, because now that's the other element of how we can approach and understand this problem of road accidents on our roads. So that we come and talk about that after this short break. Then after that we can talk about now, our solutions going forward. What do we do? Because I know you have some insight about, other countries that have tried to minimize on these road traffic accidents. We'll also talk about that. But now, chitab kolenjin kibendi gimunye ngasartane nwachente tutete bai kwenye emet. Ibwati ligimiten studio ak Daktari Isaac Kalua Green. Inendet ko agenge en biik chetindo maget neo missing nebo konet biikab emet akobo boisietab ortinwek chok en oret noton nekirindo nyasutik ak kabetetab sobonwek. Taban ak noton kora ko inendet ko chi netindo chomyet neo missing nebo ribetab itondoab emet. Kou noton kibendi kimuny kasarta nenwach kiwekse nematyan ketestai ak ng'alalet nebo ikwenye emetab rani kong'eten Kass TV.
chapaa na tatua tatu. Kuna guaranteed 1,300 Vuna Cash baada ya kila nusu saa na daily Vuna bonus ya 1,100 kila Jumapili. Unaweza vuna hadi nusu milioni ama tuktuk ndani ya Tatua Bonanza Live na zawadi zinginezo. Vuna chapaa leo na tatua tatu. Ingia kwa M-Pesa paybill number 150 150 account, weka namba zako tatu za bahati, fuatiza na neno Kass. Amount ni shilingi 10 hadi shilingi 1,000.
Over 18s only. Gaming can be addictive. Play responsibly. BCLB number 000898.
Need to reset your M-Pesa PIN in a jiffy? Don't worry, you're always in control. You can reset it from the comfort of your phone. Just dial *334#. Select option 7 and then select option 2 to access the M-Pesa PIN manager. Follow the prompts to reset your PIN. Voila, you're sorted. Wewe ndio kusema na M-Pesa self-service. Just dial *334#.
Yes, karibu customer.
Jambo.
Nzuri. Utakula nini leo?
Nisaidie ugali na fry nusu.
Nusu fry hapo na ugali? Yes. Haya.
Wewe, nani amekuitisha hii yote?
Hapana, tulia customer.
Hapana, mimi sitaitisha hii yote.
Huku ukiitisha tunakuongezea bonus juu yake.
Kwa hivyo hii ni bonus.
Your wings just got bigger and better na Lotto. Mark your 6 lucky numbers na Lotto na ushinde times 20,000 bet yako ndani ya hourly draws. Kila siku kuna guaranteed jinue bonus times 10,000 your bet. The more you stake, the more your bonus. Jipange pia ndani ya Lotto na shopping vouchers worth 100,000 na a brand new probox kila wiki. Kila Wednesday and Saturday kuna up to 200 million ndani ya grand mega jackpot. Changamka, jinue na Lotto. Ingia M-Pesa paybill 777-000. Account Kass. Amount shilingi 50 hadi shilingi 2,000.
Over 18s only. Gaming can be addictive. Play responsibly. This message has been approved by the BCLB.
Changamka, cheza Lotto.
Kote nchini mbele tuendelee, mbele Kenya twende mbele,
Kenya twende mbele. NCBA. Go for it.
This April, your kids deserve to enjoy non-stop laughter and entertainment for the holidays. The Salulu is to recharge your subscription and get upgraded to the next high bouquet on StarTimes to enjoy a never-ending lineup of fun shows on our fantastic kids channel.
I'll take it from here. Sam, shoot the ball.
Join Teeny and Tiny as they teach wonderful lessons on Baby TV. Make new friends with the Roblox Rumble Gang. Join Inspector Gadget as he solves puzzles on Cartoon Channel. Save the world with Ben 10 on Boing TV or learn the wonders of science on the Da Vinci Channel. Recharge on your current bouquet and get upgraded to the next high bouquet for 1 month. Download StarTimes on app for unlimited entertainment. Anytime, anywhere. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Need to prove your M-Pesa payment history in a jiffy? Don't worry, you're always in control. To generate your M-Pesa statement from the comfort of your phone, launch your M-Pesa app. Navigate to the section titled M-Pesa Statements. Click See All. Click Export Statements and specify the period whose statements you want to generate. Voila! You're sorted. Wewe ndio kusema na M-Pesa self-service. Just go to the M-Pesa app or dial *334#.
Chitab kolenjin tesetai ikere ketesiet nebo Kass TV, tetutiet ko noto bo ikweny emet. Emetab ra nekikwenyi koimutiet noto bo nyasutikab oret chekotestai koib koib kobetetab sobonwekab biik chechang missing en emetab Kenya. Ibwati ile kenyit noto bo 2024 arawek nekit somok chetai komuch kobarasta kibangetab NTSA kole kokobet sobonwek biik chenekit 1,000 kobun oret noton nebo nyasutikab oret. Ako notok nekemiten studio ak Daktari Isaac Kalua Green keng'ololi akobo koimutiet noton bo nyasutikab oret ak koimutik koboto kora walutik cheimuch keboisien asikimuch kichuchuch sobonwek chekibeti kobun nyasutikab oret. Daktari Kalua, itagat ketestai ak tetutiet. Before we went on the break, we had alluded to the fact that we'll be talking about infrastructure and we'll be combining that with our vehicles, the roadworthiness of the vehicles that we drive. This is something also that you have mentioned, you touched on in your article about it's not only roads, there's signage and all these things. And more often than not, you find these road signs, sometimes unapata zimewekwa leo, before long they've been defaced, zingine zimegongwa na magari. But I think the biggest one, the major one, is our roads. How do you feel about the state of our roads in terms of the construction? Some roads are really narrow, some of them are unmarked, and driving at night on such roads with oncoming traffic is a nightmare.
True. And as you mentioned, the second issue in the accidents on our roads, the three items,
Yes.
the human factor,
infrastructure,
road infrastructure, and the vehicle conditions of the vehicle.
Yes.
So the second issue, as you rightly say, is the issue on road infrastructure. And road infrastructure is something that can easily be sorted, even as difficult as it looks. Matters of roads in this country have been connected with a lot of matters on corruption, and quite a lot. And even however much we try to say that we are hiding this, the fact is that there is something that is big, and it's not starting now, it's been there for many years, that we need to sort out. In Kalenjin you say, Mauti Moset Katwalet Maimano. So however much you try to do some of these things, you find that the same people are coming round in all this. But what are the issues? Again, the narrow roads. So you find that actually the road design may have been wider at the design level, but the actualization is far from the size that it was, which leaves out the walking paths and some shoulder that allows any eventuality that you have to somehow park your car on the side and be able to sort it out without having to cause. This is an issue that has been there. Second could be something on road markings. You find contractors have been paid. They are supposed to have done the marking by the time they left the place. In some designs, they were even supposed to plant trees and make sure that they grow to avoid the glare of the sun on the road. They were supposed to even put reflectors, and they were never put. Who do you blame for such? It is the officers that are in charge of this to take responsibility. We must come out from this notion that you get to power, you get to be in a government position so that you can be rich. And the money that you're bringing in your household, in your village, in your area, is money that is actually killing people, the 4,000 people that are dying.
Money that was meant for a road somewhere.
A road somewhere.
You sliced
and then
part of it.
And then ndio unajiringa nayo unaenda kupatia vijana walewe and then unajiita kirgit ne bwano.
That's blood money.
These are things that we need to think about. You must not take blood ambayo pesa ambayo iko na damu ndani yake. The good thing, Mungu anasamehe kwa hii maneno yote, na unakuwa sawa tu na unaendelea. We need to draw a line and say imetosha, na iende na Pasaka hiyo maneno ya renewal. Tumekuwa wapi? We start afresh because we cannot keep finger pointing. Makosa, kila mtu wako na makosa kama Larry ya zamani. Lakini we must draw a line and say we must stop losing the 4,000 people that we are losing on an annual basis. Our roads, how can you drive on a road? Matinye reflection, matinye enini, kwanza kukinyesha inakuwa black.
Even the lights don't really...
Go to the books.
Yes.
Pesa ililipwa ya kupaka rangi. Do you know if somebody woke up today and went to court to make sure that this country has got road markings, do you know the government will be charged and it will pay for the lives of the people that are dead?
Been lost, yes.
If someone went to court today because of bumps that were not marked, do you know the government would pay? Because it is law. It is the responsibility of the government. Why wait until someone has gone to court to take the government?
Yes.
Because the courts are waiting. They are waiting for our petitions. The parliament is waiting for people to go and petition that the road from Sotik to this place does not have bumps, or does not have markings on the road.
Yes.
They are waiting. But who has gone to go and tell them that? But it is also the responsibility of the ministry. Kura, Kena, our wengine wote. Where there is a pothole, let it be fixed. Some of the people are dying because the pothole that emerged and it continued to widen, and someone is driving and you lose control. There are people who are just having accidents because there was no guardrail. There are signages that were never put on the road
to show that there is
a sharp bend.
You just drive
I
off
am
the
glad
cliff.
that some of them were being stolen before, but now the government has gone further to ensure that scrap metal and people who have been taken is regulated. But there is clear responsibility. Contractor Agenge that has not finished their work should never get anywhere near a government contract, even one day, not even their relatives. Because you are killing 4,000 people every day. And 10 years, 40,000 people have died. 10,000 households are gone. And we need to be very strict. And that strictness starts from the people who have been given that responsibility. And Murkomen himself will not do that. Ruto himself as our president will not be able to regulate everybody wherever they are. There are people who are just salivating to get money that is supposed to do something wafanye kitu ingine. Those are the people that we really need to request them to get to their inward consciousness. Think about your life, think about your people, think about what you are doing to this country that should not be done. And we make sure that our infrastructure is right. But again, strict regulations. Engineers who are designing the roads. Mi area agenge ingen Carnival, the corner nevo Carnival along Langata Road. The design of that road, for sure, something was done wrong. I used to have a friend of mine, his name is Nyaberi. He used to live in the Damside Estate, in the neighborhood with Leonard Mambo Mbotela and Mr. Umlogoli. And every evening, there would be an accident, 2 or 3. The same place. He tried to be so good, taking one family anapeleka Memorial Hospital. Akirudi saa 9 ya asubuhi mwingine ndio huyo. Akifika, it must be something wrong about the design of the road. There are some places that you find that there is a sharp entry of a U-turn that is there, and therefore it is not marked. So also our engineers need to be extra strict to make sure that they do what is right as per the book that the engineers went to school.
Because they went to school.
Yeah.
They studied these things.
And we cannot be pretending that we can do something. There are some turnings that are not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
On a highway, you can't make a turn of, from such a place because there is danger in some of these things. And therefore, strictness, following the book, ensuring the people who are doing the processes of construction are doing it right. And if someone does not do what is expected, who to him?
Kick them out.
Yeah,
Don't pay
completely.
them.
Completely.
And
Below
blacklist
rumor.
them.
They will kill your own.
Yeah.
As you see, as you watch, dead completely.
You start blaming yourself.
Yeah. And that is where now we say, yes, you can come to bring money to church, you can come to do all this, but where is that money coming from?
Yeah.
So just preach to them slowly. And when you're getting money from a contractor wa barabara, kanisa yote inaenda kwake kuimba na kumwambia asante sana, na huku kwetu kumekuwa na ajali mingi sana za barabara. You are not telling him directly, mutio bwana mutio. Anaelewa, ala, kumbe I could be the cause of this.
Yeah.
You have to have a way of telling them, because we need each other. There is no one who is better than the other. We can only make each other better. That is what God requires us to be.
Yes.
And that is what we must be able to do. So road infrastructure is something that we really must be able to do and make sure that it is done. People who are using maram, unapata mtu alieka maram mbaya, and then water is there, and then or you put a break, you find a contractor pour the gravel on the road. There is a place along the Machako, the Kitui Kanyonyo road, where the contractor left the gravel on the road. 16 car accidents in one day. Unakanyaga break, inakataa, gari inaenda tu kando, inaenda tu ikipita. How do you, and it continues and continues and continues.
No action taken.
Na leg up infrastructure.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can be nice, you can be good, you can be a good driver, but then you find a contractor who did something that is so mad that you just die out of what you are not supposed to die. Yeah. So that is something, and that fortunately is a space for consciousness for the contractors, and we need to be able to also audit how many accidents are done where, why, how, when. And so that we can be able to understand, was it a new road?
Reporting accidents,
yeah, not just me and that. And I'm sure NTSA is doing something like that.
Yeah.
We need even to get to know how many accidents per county.
Yeah.
And what is the county government? Because that will be able to create awareness by the county government. Maybe some of the accidents could be in a place like Malindi, where the road has not been clearly cleared, so you can't see the car on the corner, or you can't park the car on the side. That's something that the county government can say, apana, we are going to create some little money to be able to get vijana to clear the roads so that visibility kuwe mzuri. Some of the places they can say, let us just mark the roads. I remember one of the county governments, they just decided to mark all the roads, the bumps in the county. And you get to the next county, there is no markings. That's where you start having trouble. So those are things that we really need to do. Now,
and even lighting of the roads.
Some of these things we should not just do them because we are doing. We should do them because God has given us that responsibility. Hawa watu tunaona ni watu wa Mungu, si watu umewekwa tu hapo. And you will be accountable one day.
Yes.
Yeah. Unachorewa, unaambiwa hii masanduku yote ni wewe uliua watu. Niliua aje? Ni ile pesa ulikula, ama ni ile kazi ulifanya ukiwa mlevi ukachora barabara vibaya. Yeah.
That is now regarding the infrastructure, but also we have the issue about our cars on the road.
Yeah, that is the third
when you
issue,
look at
because
especially some of these public transport vehicles, some of them are really, really old. Yeah, some of them zinaenda ziki break down kwa barabara na watu wako ndani, na ukiingia ndani you look at the car and you ask yourself, how is this car even able kuamka asubuhi na kukuja kwa barabara? What do we do about that?
This is a subject that's very close to my heart. And I welcome you to visit my website, kaluagreen.com, to just understand what I have talked about cars for many years. It's something that I've done passionately over the last, since 1994. And you'll also be able to see it in my book that I am releasing soon. It's very close. It's something that many people don't know. But I'll say it.
Please do.
First of all, Kenya imports about 6,500 cars every month.
Every month?
Yes.
Okay.
These are the so-called used cars. New cars are very few. Out of these 6,500 that are imported, about 60 or 65%, the odometer reading has been changed. It is not the mistake of the inspection company. It is the mistake of the government and the law and the procedures. When a car odometer has been changed, a lot of things have gone off. A vehicle at about 50,000 kilometers, the gearbox oil needs to be changed. There are so many other things that need to be changed, and they are changed according to the mileage that the vehicle. Ndio sababu ukipeleka gari unaambiwa after 10,000 kuja tukubadilishie oil, tubadilishe brake pads, tubadilishe nini hizo vitu zote. Okay? Now, 99.9% of the vehicles that come to Kenya
have been tampered with.
Are bought from auction houses in Japan. Because about 95-96% we import from Japan. A few cars from UK, a few cars from Dubai, which some of them come from Australia. Most of them stolen cars. Other cars come from Thailand. These are pickups that come from Thailand. Now, the 99% of the vehicles that come from there, there is a specific clan, a specific community that are specialized in vehicles. They are from a certain place in the world. They control the market.
In Japan.
Okay? The vehicles that they buy mostly are accident vehicles. Categorization of vehicles in Japan is done so well. There is 4.5 category out of 5, where 5 is new or 6, thereabout. 4.5 is a good vehicle that can even be used in Japan. 4 can be used, it's good enough, no accident. Then it goes to 3.5. After 3.5, going low, actually from 3.5 lower, they would call them R, which is needs repair. There is RR, which is accident vehicles, and therefore some of them have been tampered with the chassis.
Structural
Some
issues.
of the accidents we see in this country is not because of the fault of the driver, not because of the fault of the infrastructure. It is the chassis is wrong. It was connected. Some of the vehicles that you see in Kenyan market, I can tell you without fear of contradiction, they have come with the tail of the car and the head on the other side, and they come and connect them here in Kenya, including the chassis. Don't be surprised, it is a reality. Inakonnectiwa, wewe unafanya kuambiwa mileage is 30 kilometers. How much nebo 40,000 gityo ane, and you have no certificate to prove that it was 40,000. Inspection in this country at the moment is done for the exporter. KEBS is doing a good job. They have the standard called KS 1515. Excellent standard. Then it is given out there. You buy the car online, Kagir, Toyota, Toyota Carib, Toyota Prado nebo white bwana. So what happens is this. You see a car online, Prado Nevo Black. It is seen by 1,000 other customers.
Yeah.
Some of them are in Uganda, Tanzania, Mombasa, Eldoret, Wapi. Only one person will
Can
get
buy
that car. Everybody else will get a look-alike car.
A car.
A car that looks like that. That is why over 60% of Kenyans, they complain, oh, the dashboard doesn't look the way I saw. Oh, rims is not the same. Oh, the interior, the car radio is not what I saw.
It was.
Oh, yote.
Na gari imefika.
Imefika.
Na ulipeana pesa.
Na ulilipa kwanza. Na si makosa ya inspector. Get me right. Not makosa ya inspection company. You saw the car online. You paid for the car. And then after paying for the car $5,000 or $10,000, wanakwambia, oh, sorry, iko kitu inatakana inaitwa inspection. Is only $150.
Yes.
So kanyao ni kidogo inspection alafu nitarudi. You have already paid for the car. So you cannot change the car.
You are really at the mercy of the
Yes,
of
you are
the
the mercy of the car seller.
Yeah.
So he takes the car to the inspection company. The inspection company checks. It does not know that the car has already been changed, the odometer. Then they take the car after inspection. They are given the sticker. They bring the car and they ship the car to you. So you had no chance of doing the inspection
before
paying for the car, and it is not a requirement.
That's the problem.
Kegas? Number two, all cars 99.9, they have proper certificate, auction certificate. Never auction house. It states 100% that the car came with a small dent on the left. It came with a bumper with a problem. It came with the seat with this color, and therefore the accreditation in the auction house is RR, or it is R, or it is 3.5 or 4.5. So you take the car without knowing that there is that categorization, because the inspection company is not required to give require the auction certificate.
Yes.
If there was that requirement, today you go and buy any car in the market and tell them, kabla hatujaendelea, I want you to give me the
inspection
report. Not inspection. Inspection, people are cheating with that because they are saying, soma kwa kioo, uangalie hii imeandikwa na watu wa inspection company, so angalia kwa online. Ngaleka plampach kapsa. Because the car before it was changed the odometer by the seller, then took it to the inspection company, and then it was given back to the same seller. Some of them, they even changed the tires and then changed back again after getting the same certificates.
Yes.
And then they sent to Kenya. So people imagine, ndio hii. Wengine wanasema naangalia mshipi. Ati mshipi inaoneshana age. Mshipi is the age of when the belt was made, not when the car was made.
Yes.
Things that people don't know. And I like what my daughter is doing to educate people about cars through auto parks, what she's doing. She's so passionate to save lives, not to make money, not to sell cars. And this is, if the government just made two things, and I have written to the ambassador in Japan, I have called them, I have told them, I'm coming to tell you what you need to do to save Kenyans. The mistake is not with the inspection company. The mistake is that there is no requirement for the auction sheet, and there is no requirement for one other document, speedometer certificate, the odometer reading certificate. Only those two documents, that after the inspection or before the inspection or as you bring the car to inspection, please come with the auction sheet and come with the odometer reading. Be safe. Ask today for people in the auction at the Sunday market. Ask them to attach, make sure that they attach the certificate. Again, most of the vehicles come here. You think the Kenyans have bought them to sell, but they've actually been brought on credit so that people can sell. So they are at the mercy of the people from that country who are selling enda uza magari. Because some of the intentions also for this, and known to many people, is also dirty money. This is where money is hidden.
Wash.
Unatengeneza mahali pale, unasema we lete gari tutalipana. You clean the house and you send it there. This is a long subject that needs to be known.
My technician on the other side is telling me time imetupata.
Ni wewe ndio umeleta a very interesting subject.
I don't know. Where do we finish this?
No, we are ready. We just need to be aware that the cars need to be done annual inspection. The cars need to be checked. You need to check the condition of your car before you drive it. You need to be able to understand the history of your car and be able to deal with it in a way that it can be. A bad vehicle is a bad vehicle. Some of the vehicles have overstayed in the yards. Umeinuka nayo, it has not been checked on brake. That is why there is used cars and there is certified pre-owned vehicles.
There's a difference.
Big difference. In fact, certified pre-owned vehicles, the government can actually buy. Law can be changed to buy those vehicles because they have a certification. There is a warranty for a specific period. There is what is known on all this. It has been checked. It is not
the history of the vehicle.
History of the vehicle is known way back and therefore recorded. So these are some of the things that we need to change our country. And I happen to know these things because I am in that space. I am working with Zambian government. I am working with the Ugandan government now. We are working with other governments in other places. We can do that also equally here and save lives. Not for money. We must save the 4,000 lives. And as we close, it's just about the state of our mind, the human error. If we correct that, we are done. The road infrastructure, which we have already discussed, and the condition of the vehicles. And I'm sure when you go to kaluagreen.com, you'll be able to see some of this, because I've been writing on this. The issue I'm talking about
today, I really, there's a lot of information in there. And Daktari,
we just do these things for God's glory. I
want us to close there. I feel like we should have had another 30 minutes.
Don't worry.
At least. But it's all good because at least we have something to talk about next time.
True.
Because I really need to have a next time to have an extended conversation with you.
I don't know which article you'll pick next time and call me. But here we are.
I think I just need to ask a question and we roll from there.
Yes.
But Daktari Kongoi missing.
Kongoi.
Because umetupatia wakati wako.
I
know probably you had other commitments that you had to put on hold to come and share with us the information you have shared with us. But we'll stop there for now or for today. We'll find another time.
Thank you.
We come and talk to you about this issue of road accidents, road safety, vehicle safety, and I'm sure we'll be the better for it.
Thank you.
So chitab kolenjin kiamne ne magituch. Kimache kitachina tetutiet noton nebo kwenye emetab rani kakimiten ak Daktari Isaac Kalua Green inendet ko chemung'oroindet ako chito ne tinyegei missing ribetab itonwekab emet ako tindoi chamet neo missing nebo kora ribetab biik en ortinwek, boisietab karisiek ak ortinwek asikimuch kichuchuch kabetetab sobonwekab biikab emet kobun nyasutikab oret. Chitab kolenjin amache ametechi yoto, kainenyun ko Victor Korir, amagun kembot nekararan missing ak itestai iker Kass TV amun kimnatet naet.
Ni mapesa? Ni madona ni.
Safi, tasema this is the biggest lottery in Kenya with a grand mega draw of
200 million. Tuko na hourly wins za 1 million every day, every hour. On top of that, shopping vouchers.
Catch Lotto live every Wednesday, every Saturday at 10 p.m.
Oh yes, ni kila Wednesday, kila Saturday saa 4. We, unangojea nini?
Geto a new irrigation dam to komda kesochin kole kisoe kele torrot konemwag kisopcho bich kisop sobon kokol bi kole nyanyiny ibwat kisir sautyo nono en Pokot kotom kotoi koboi Kenya chumbek ne nekikwerech kostoikyok mokiyoe siasa ak walet Harambee nebo tesetab tai nekiyoe kit ne practical netogu ak nekobo arogutiet kemwa Harambee kityo asikobit ketestai kwanet amang'olo koson tugul en conference kwanet Harambee 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 kwanet Harambee nebo Harambee kongoi mising chitab college chitab college komwoe konyil ang'wan kikekure mias ang'wan ko nonitet kimoche kekas tugul ngole chi age tugul kandoindo Harambee kelenji irrigation tatun kochut metit.
Kongoi kasta kiokerikyok yekakitach akany kokeny en kesich nebo Kass FM International ketestai tesetab kwanet kas kwanet kwantab kolo micheket soet en kebeberwek cheterterchin en ng'wonduni kwanetab kolo betut en wikit kolo kasit ache moken ng'alek che phosphate chekokorumekitu nebo kwang'ut Manyimani? Mongen, akere. Ole mwoito kwanet. Rahisi ko propaganda kemwoe lembech eng kutit kosir kele kakiib fertilizer keturek anan ko katoldoleiwek chemobo iman. Kinyorchin ano cheten chono in the first place. Kokoet lembech akosir ki age tugul. Kwanet ongetoretege dismissen kele kimwoe lembech sikwal biik phosphate kole muktoo anan kole moktoo sikotestai kesetab tuguk kokekesis komie makoruba Kenya. Mi lembech chemachame kochut kwenet kole mi chut tugun chebo lembech chebo lembech. Ui nebo kwong'ut koyai kampuni age tugul mbolea chebo lembech yoito ano? Kasit neten ano? Kiyoni lembech mheshimiwa kwanet mheshimiwa chairman Abraham Kirwa mheshimiwa yetoretwech temikyok imitok musokik kakonech soet cheptonyon notok ko Karo Kiplagat Nairobi kimi ak minister nebo musokinet en yu ak anyun tirop Washington DC. Mheshimiwa
Kongoi mising daktari akwanet tugul kagawe ogeny part 2 nebo program nebo kwanet of kolo sikobit kengalale kitestai kengalali akobo ngalekab wastage nemi serikali lakini kakutiny daktari ak komoche koswek kidogo akobo ngalekab phosphate nekokowokyo kabatik chechang kole ngu machulotin phosphate ichu kokongimwochi man serial board kokonyo koib samples akoib koba olimbo KEBS chekale kepimoni ndakakepiman akenai man kele makororonen kemwa kele uni ak uni lakini kemeche kemwochi kora kelechi poto lembeche ngalek alake amu maphosphate tugul chekikoitoi kotindoi soroek chebo kakimwa chebo nego anan ko koik tugul chekikabaro chekikamwa kabatindet eng olindo kakibaro ko kitutugin chekimwoe kele ngu soroek amaro sine soroek kikimwa kele koik ko kito ni mi phosphate che organic ako mite phosphate nguno chekekure lime kuchoto boisie sobit kiusen alkalinity in going ngot ko mbarengung nguno ko ndende phosphate komakotoreti komi nguno chekekure booster kochoto kocham kindoi at kiburuch ak phosphate bus sikotoi kobityo keny bandek komi ak phosphate chu kokikoitoi komi chekele OCD komi chekekure ne komi chekele Kel Green kocho koitonon serikali yoin ko chekele Kel Green kole ngotakeyai investigation asikobit kenai koissuen PS nekekure PS Rono ne PS nebo agriculture koissuen statement nekomwa kole ngitonon chuto kikure Kel Green asikobit keib koba olimbo laboratory sikepiman lakini kemwa kele tindoi kochukotebe daktari kole imukoksei iman kenyor soroek chebo nego chekindoi kuniok milionishek memukoksei. So kokale meche kemwachini kemanda amu imuch keboisie propaganda asikobit kiimu kabatik simatikokany chito akot kotakwal phosphate kokimeche kemwochi kabatik kelechi phosphate chechang kokororonen chetutugin kityo chekokinyor kochoto chekokitonon lakini kimeche kehakikishan kele konyoru phosphate yakutosha ko shida nekokitinye ko shida ko supply nebo phosphate ko ngiwe nguno ku Celia iwe ku Mosoriot anan iwe olimbo Lesos kokoi lainda lakini kongete kimutu PS amu kikimutu PS kongete kikibe Lesos kebwa Chepterit kebwa Mosoriot kebwa Celia kikisungukan kole Nandi akinyokosungukan kora Uasin Gishu ko kongete yoto kokityai phosphate chechang kabisa chemakomi shortage atyo kokakikure kora last mile connectivity last mile distribution nebo phosphate komi nguno chekokiyat olimbo Chepterit komi nekokiyat Chepteriwoi ak komoswek chechang simakobendi kabatik ole loo ipkoibu phosphate chechwaket ak ameche alechi kongoi His Excellency neboisie ak counties ak koboisie ak mashinani sikehakikishan kele kanyor kabatindet age tugul phosphate cheyomei kemeche kemwoiwok tupchosyekchok ak kabatikchok chebo matotobotyo amu meche amwoiwok nebo iman ak iman ngot komakikolse komutai kenyit nyone kenyoru shida nebo amitwogik kokakosubsiden His Excellency kabisa awendi kosubsiden akot atyem chepnesmo or age tugul koker kole kaking'et koker kole kakidiscouragean kabatisiet ak kolset lakini kemeche kemwochi kabatikchok amu biik chechang kibotisiei ache kole bandek ako kole nguno nganuk ko biik ab Kalenjin nguno ingile niro olimpo South Rift ko uso biik nikit kwa bande ngi olimpo kuro kwamba jipkoske orno toka ke bobo bande kuma ngolala ngale ka hospital mu ki uso joje kitambo ki gesember bande ki ginde tien kama mit bande kito olim kito not to liver bu olim moso parts of was issue ki ko zaidi amu ko ta rubu so ge meji ge moji ko ti ki le jo kasa ko kasa man ko gose abu ngoti tinye tashwishu ya prospect kushi mwangi ndo bos ngolin ban sitio abu mite France to boti abu propaganda ne kagman ki to gele ajen prospect ko propaganda ne meji ketar anan gele sumo succeeding president akenya kwanza kama uguzi abu uguzi ndo man wakati kupanda ni saisi so amu tuki ngolole ngale janga ngolole ni sing ngale gap ngale juto bo westage anan kunduk ci serikali ci petos missing in parastatus ko am jogo ci tur borok so ki amus katom ko taramos ngalek ci ko moy lagi am jogo ci pasta ci tur ko kat pour hito ko le jin ko gane ako mongol yo ki tu pasta
so ko mo semiwa age ete tu li dimitru mi taktari mi tenamos of the feeling of kwamba ci koske anteni story studio so na kichwa kwa muktalet Kongo imbe tabraini imiten Easter weekend ngi bye kabisa mon etunemye ngi kwa muktalet Jehova oisieno akisorwe ja wasum dabarati chiwachito no to Yesu Kristo ngi ginegen atis sorwe ngi ko isarono tin aga tukule yoni baratiga case o jamuona aliga ni set happy Easter mutai celebrate ni gani so cha pesa ne ile jini ga gani so je wonge te sai ki amten majota pikoba onke te sai ke mo chi pikyo ge ko tegis au tegis ngolota pikoba ngo tegis ngolota pikoba to mami ngale ju ge mo en ku ni ngale ga west ke se en serikali amun ke na mo ngale ga positioning au expenditures of to jantul ubikyo ke ba serikali ubikyo ke pogole njinjecha aka kichulala so we wa Kristo onge ul wa Kristo je baman asiko bi ngo ke namji kuma manyolu ge le ga nam chur ga nam sagayo enodo nyolu ke bun man pi ke ribe ako chome serikali nywan ogere British government piga Olimpo England Britain Ojo meme nywana ko liboni kote kapisa ngana mibara kulene liboni kote awo chama ngolwang kote so chamwana nyamwa ole kitni poisi tagate wara in Rosito Bible College rewen koron ne kiyo two students over 60 pastors of leaders of counselors in kitoje wiki hoge kinyoge witnessen doinde nyongo bishop nebo Baringo so akondo kyo kaje boy me kinyoge witnessen fees occasion no kabisa so to ti na utagaje kwanetin studio to kabisa kinyoge witnessen de tuta mutai graduation institute de Bible College grounds to tin kabisa na gata pasta kama kwa masagane no lino no risibe en subuli nyini kele ni tabage si graduate next year go chame Jehova babo ya baba tieta kene supeita eno limba pita kebeni kwa tinye Thanksgiving mutai kanisa yenye kele mubarikiwe na friends wenu akioronogu piga shabi si en Thanksgiving no ko mukta subeda o chairman tuwi nitinya mango papa manu tinye kitu ko agire cooperation zaba kitinye cooperation chechang chairman almost 60 ko changa pesa ala ko duplicate yo ni boisi ne to kerke au ni bongo so en man ngale jomba privatization eje kunyo luki kitu ya la ke bwana chairman aloko mwa president ko so mani ko mwa president ko ba mga gi ne mwa sai gele kito ne west ni rabili gabe corporations companies institutions ko magararan di ku jono to ko wala this time ka wet kasarta nigle no more wastages no more procurement ne meta Kenya man ko yanga ge mwa ko kini ba 5 ko wendi akoi 3,000 4,000. Nekile that is total wastage. Ako kikot mheshimiwa nyonito ko kuitinyin institutions tugul okot high school institutions, universities komi ngalekab wastages overinflating, inflating tuguk chekiole. Nguni high school chetinye students chenekit 1,500 komi some wastages nekimoche kelenji Ministry of Education ak ministry age tugul kotighten up. So kile kimwoe bikyok ko ministries chechang kotinye parastatals. Ker KPLC yani Kap Power ko nyoru losses chechang nea ako sitimet nichelewa na melipa sitimet koitu betut nerube ako nyokotut konyokoifuse yo melipan. So makosani Kap Power rabinik every month. Generating a lot of money every month in consumers. Ako tena kii nerube en Kap Power ko tariff komi barak sana ne kikere kele kokoyai biik alak companies che boisie sitimok ko kikwai komwei en emetab Kenya. Ko biik chebo Kenya alak chekingen komwei koba Tanzania ole mi ngweny tariff amun power ko sitimet ko kile bo komonut. Mono wala amune simakiboroen bwana chairman, why don't we borrow live in our corporations and state sectors, what key sector. The key sector like multinationals, chairman, who go some place you need to produce a system and so we need to learn to know the key states ko system mo kwa. Inyo na ku kericho county. What can say system mo kwa? Lakini kai TTA kita boy system boy ne calling ko magkali at magiporo na live at least ko bangwing ngalega expenditure ngalega system ngalega choni tatugul. So toge lagani integrity biga of Kenya ni maglele no ni wana nyon kilene ni hii pa serikali sir tega sir hiyo na serikali ogine toge tinye in to magi kiguye gele ino ni wana nyon bwana chairman kin kwa kialda mbare ni kin ko ke nambare ni ka pumbe en Kericho County Wasingishu kenam ko gimiten pe pipe to water kipire generator pe aga ibu ne pipe we to give steel kitom by plastic ugingi ko itanyo ne kin kwa la chumbe mbare ni ke ban bi ketuen apka gitu pipe ni gitu segen geinsie kenam pipe ni ko kiepute ne hute ma generator wo ki ko pegnon. So en keni siki wo sirta ko ya rambe ne wadame se arambe ge legiri pe au gimi be. So vi kyo atom ko len poisioni ke min se susu ko le ino ne ko na nyu ngorone ni at high school, university, state corporation ai kitu naitwa looting kote setai kine mi ke mheshimiwa ko taginet pasta fi kyo gen kanisa sio kyo ko cham ko muktonde Jehova en mulele kwa tugul ak en kimnotet nywan tugul asikobit koesio kit ne tilen chorset amun kobit ngo maibwat chito ngomanam chito ako sesine konyitotet kokonyit ng'oliotab Jehova koetu chorset. Ara nguni chebo phosphate kikose ng'olole minister nebo agriculture kong'olole kouon mamiten fake phosphate kokakele miten. So kochu tugul kekere ile tokyingei uyan agenge. Ara kong'ete President Ruto kingochut ko komustawi akoiwei phosphate chechoton koboren biikab Kenya en ng'alekab kolsetab bandek ne nguni kere kele eche mayata. Ko imuch kokimi biik chekiibu bandek kong'eten India mi cheibu phosphate kong'eten India komotokyolchi konam kosoboteche ng'alekab bandek agriculture en emetab Kenya. Ako agriculture ko kikere last week kele employer neo agriculture kabisa employeni biik en rural and cities ko employeni biik chechang kabisa over 60%. Ko ngot kekwer agriculture ko kokekwer uchumi nebo Kenya, kokekwer sobetab Kenya. Nekimoche kelenji keche tugul boisionichu miten konyolu irib ko neng'ung'et. Ye kakisirin chito inai ile inoni ko neng'ung. Amun ko keker ng'alechuton bo agriculture institutions ichon ni mbaya sana. So kingere daktari ak biik kyok tugul kongetoret kongesochin President Ruto amun kongalale kokweren ne yote miten chorset kokweren ne miten kolule moe kele kichute ngweny serikali nekimoe kesa ak kele kotoret President Ruto asikobit komuch koityin akonyor biikyik. Mheshimiwa chechoket en Rift Valley kesome kotoret President en boisioni yekiker ngalechu bo poswet chemokororonen ko en ongeit yoto kongoi Mheshimiwa nebo Mosop Abraham Kirwa koiwei ole makiparen sele meken sure ile poswet chekororon komeken sure ngabiyet ile kokikon poswet chekororon. Kunoton any that's the way to support the president. Makesapoten kityo en kutit buch, kokesapoten en boisionik, keker kele mi yemakararan, keker kele kakiyai ortinwek en oret nemie. Nan kikochi contractors Mheshimiwa, koyai oret nekitikin kabisa ne nibune ko iwendi kando kabisa konyoru karit age. So ko chonto kora ko ngalekab tendering ko makororonen. So kotoret president Mheshimiwa en ngalekab tendering nichono tendering biik che choton ak kora streamline sikomobuchi yeta agenge. Ko anabuchi agere ale wendi amun kakomwa in wakas nebo ngalekab agriculture en Kenya na uchumi nebo Kenya ko kararan tayono uchumi inaendelea vizuri. Kwa hiyo kityo bichon tutugin yon komoche kochute ngweny ngalekab phosphate kele ini serikali konam bichon ako kabisa asikobit komawech uchumi. Ngolyo nebo let ko in sacred cows. Sacred cows ichon Mheshimiwa utetean en parliament kenam chito kerge status netinye en society kinde chito ko kindo en bitonishe chuno chumbo Canada, America, UK. Kindo ministayat ko anan ko in one of the senior government officials. Kindo ko akemwa kele kochorso. Akera chito. So kakoit kasarta nekitoreti President Ruto akemwa man kechomchi kele ano man mno kakobarin. Matin ko ngalin kolele kimi tuwan kosapoten lane kakobarin. So kikere nguno ministaek chemiten koma ala ko bol ne kikere miten ne mine. So ko in bikyok mi kasi. Konyo uchumi barak komi biik chemomoche. So kunoto Mheshimiwa amun sai nekakoba ko in kimoche kewe kongoi en betutab raini akatestai ale eje otakotestai en situtwet Bible College miten kaptoita en biik chebwone Kericho konetu kilomita keng'eten kaptoi ko biik chebunu Nandi Keiyo okere bustait koi kabisa yon kawo logwen samutet komi bustait nekoi barak ko yoto yekemiten en mutai kobirok Jehova safari njema.
Really good. You got any kids?
Yes,
Oh.
we have a son together. His name is Paul Undick Jr. And he's also in Kenya, and he loves it there. He's been going there since he's 5 months old.
I'm sure you call him using Caribbean Line.
Yes, I do.
You-
All the time.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Oh, that is great.
Caribbean Line is a very good phone card to call Kenya because hizi makadi ziko hapa tunatumia, they don't give you enough minutes to call Kenya. 5-10 minutes it's gone, but Karibu online is giving you a lot of minutes, and at the same time it's very accurate.
Need to prove your M-Pesa payment history in a jiffy? Don't worry, you're always in control. To generate your M-Pesa statement from the comfort of your phone, launch your M-Pesa app. Navigate to the section titled M-Pesa Statements. Click See All. Click Export Statements and specify the period whose statements you want to generate. Voila! You're sorted. Wewe ndio kusema na M-Pesa self-service. Just go to the M-Pesa app or dial *334#. Need to reset your M-Pesa PIN in a jiffy? Don't worry, you're always in control. You can reset it from the comfort of your phone. Just dial *334#. Select option 7 and then select option 2 to access the M-Pesa PIN manager. Follow the prompts to reset your PIN. Voila, you're sorted. Wewe ndio kusema na M-Pesa self-service. Just dial *334#.
Guno gogoit ropta eng emet ako kakoit kasartab kolset. Syngenta East Africa komi asikotoret konet kabatik chekole bandek ak marakwek kole kikirindoi timwek eng imbar.
Anditangagiyake kora ketesta corruption noto nebo Syngenta.
Betutab kwangwan kasi tarikit 4 arawetab 4 Kebiten County nebo Uasin Gishu ole kinomen Kipkorgot, Naiberi, Strobak, Kerwai Flax, Nyaru, Kamgetuny ak kekeren olimbo Ainab Koi. Tarikit 5 arawetab 4 yani Friday kemiten county nebo Uasin Gishu ak ketiriren akoi county noto nebo Trans Nzoia. Uasin Gishu kenome Kiplombe, Kaboi, Simbi, Soy, Nangili, Farfaral, Matunda, Moisbridge, Kablamai ak ketaren olimbo Sibanga. Betunoto nebo tarikit 6 arawetab 4 yani Saturday kenomen Trans Nzoia ak kekeren Elgeyo Marakwet. Trans Nzoia kinomen Tuigoin, Barsombe, Chebororwo, Kabomoy, Karandili, Kablolo, Bugar ak kekeren olimbo Iten.
Ongetuyen tugul en roadshow nebo Lelesta asikobit otuye ak ng'amotik kobun Syngenta East Africa ak kabarastoik chebo Kass FM International cheochome asikobit kinetkei ak inai akobo products chebo Syngenta cheboto Primagram Gold, Lumax ak Dual Gold.
Nyoru kabatik kasarta kwolchigei products chebo Syngenta en discount ak konyorchigei konunoik.
Tugul koter ole kwongdo, chi age tugul koter ole namdo muganget. Lakini kit agenge ko unga cheiboisien. Unga chebo Jamii Milling choto chekakikwangen nemyone. Tos imyono? Yang kailanchi kokurin hotelit ainon. Ingen hotelit nenikas imiten ole loo ikose ile ainon kakorur kimyet.
Missing ko basta gitu agere ale chang biik chemiten lainda missing chomoche kokochi kityo dakikayat agenge nebo let amus kuyo kamatar ng'olyon nekotindoi amus chokochi kityo kostoikyok chemiten lainda. Ketinye ng'olyon kidogo amus anan Kass?
Kongoi missing chairman, kongoi kwanet ko kityo kotorotari kakemwa kipindi nebo tai ko tuguk chebo wastage chebo government ako kere man special parastatals ko kikere kele ne netesetai ko kikere kele wastage ko it is a culture kit nekiko tabia nebo kikoik tabia nekitesei kichomen amu man kakumwa keleni kit nekicholen akoten kosomo keale almost 300,000 so kikere kiyo kele meche ke streamline ako meche keker kele tugun chu audit the last kunyoru independent audit mucho kwa audit kuger man kele ofisi ne kuya wastage tiji jogone kuchala kala muset yale takataka la muset anga ke bajar was almost 10,000 so me keger man kele those small things agu get la tu ju ko adania amungu le gela ko tu ju trips kata wende bi wae kugira ka ko bi so mugo dang you adding the cost because something that you go by J. Floyd, you know, go big so more those things add up. And then we say, so those companies who you more chairman, plus go an explanation of money profit or what plan do they have. Otherwise, you might need to performance plan, which you will this year or the year after, this is the plan I'm going to do. Otherwise, tell us why we cannot close your company. Our company on always on a loss. Good Kenya is up to a good thing they are going at a positive now. Again, I'm only a small data company and a scrap company. Here again privatize that. So much again to again, you have to really give a chance to if you cannot perform. You are going to be sold or you are going to close down. Or then consolidated duties roles. And we get a lot of overlaps. About the performance more overlap the duties ko changise. So me tige man ke streamline again reducing wastage for employee gear budele PBT waste that means the extra employees because those are the ones not get the profit. Ko gen tu je me tige ko gen go last more because if you cannot perform, then you have to tell us. Otherwise, the chances are you will be fired. When the ballot ko gen ko me of your more artistic do the over to your keturek ananda ko tu je agene jawab boleh ko agak ramai EU ko macam post ke lagi kan kita kamu tis boleh ko iman kalau kita ko abot ke lagi ko sabotage ko ni amu man yegi gere ki chot to kol yegi dala ka kinyo ko ni age get no so it is actually less than 1% just your current so the chebo bombole so these are way no len discouraging me farmers amule ni kito lo ma go ba de ku na mu mi bole abo get askit age ngal mali bana ni mi age oli ba kitale it is not alive way abo te nai ge we yal bole abo kigi re effect na bolia we were serious to be able to get and ngolo jibi to de we were ni ser lagi ni we le bi to stone bi le no ma ya ken bole yo me che ye ga ti abu ka gen ge sa pota jago we ako subonda na bi kai ako liyo there's no company no ko chen ke tu ga na ko liya jibo jibo ne ko na jibo tuga ako ko ni sa pokol nya no mami cheese na ako tipo seguro mami there's no way no ko ni sa pokol ako na ako your move is very hard ako jiba nego there's no way we your what the hand you the most you can get is maybe 3 or 4 so good jale ni big to jiba si dio to ko ku ni sa support ta kita get discourage wakule mako kule na mi bole lakini so what almost 99% bombole ko genuine so the more I discourage or the stars is the poor the more individual or the negative kuma mi ni yan ko missing chairman about the lagan sagoden
Kongo missing amos uye kwanet uyo ga ge ngitor kioto kama jib koske to mangal yon logi ni ka ko tanga bi ki ko sama ka so le uye mo shimo chamui ta ke mangal yo online ko gudu jor nafas o ko ma jib koske ki troti ujang mo to go janyun kosto kitu mo ko muda mrefu anga na le mi direct la kola logi ni rani am jogo ji kitum ki go ji ko muda mrefu aso bi ko ma gi jek ngol yo no tindoy kero le tinya bo to jahila ne matoka to manyuro kwa jina fas kwa muda mrefu atinye shubigu ne myolimba baringo atinye Agustin Koros so awa jini viki to mwaji muda mrefu mati nereji legalia Roja
Kongoi kabisa ya mune mheshimiwa Abraham Kirwangola ba studio
bijame geno iman
wegi jama ga jen ko le ko tumo magtindai ngale kongoi kipindi ne ko ibu jingar ne brani mheshimiwa so kabit ki kwanya mana ko bo ngale ka ben serikali na ngale ka tembolea apo tiole ne kitole na wiki ni kongoi ko president Ruto moe engen kingo ju serikali igere ile ne ko ni ko lon kapsa ko le makaka tai mwanyo mane mheshimiwa ile olinyone tule balda ole ko kisha ke kol bande ko kimbolea ja kitai kapsa ji ka ko tane kikal yen bolea jo to ko boisie ko kisoso kapsa lakini komeche kotakesomi mheshimiwa kotakwe kwa bunge oto kwen kapsa kotakena kele makore chukeni kochutchu meche ko sabotage anan meche ko kwer boisionikab president Ruto ko ngo amu ikere ile tutegen bichutok anan tutegen bolea chutok kokib kele sikele ya serikalitab president arap Ruto amu akot kierin komi mugulima nekiwo kwal kora ing yepkop tumok kinyo kokorangten kop tumok sikoker biik kokin bolea alak chemi koik kole mite koik yani mi koik akomi meche komi tugun cheu korori kole ko noto ne kameche amwa kityo ngolole ngu makingen iman kakate komwa kwamba chepkoske kole mi arap injera ko ikere isile lazima kingen kele anan takichungusani kenai kele ng'otu mokorek chutok ko kameche amwa kapsa takesom minister nebo agriculture Linturi akesom PS Rono kotakeba kapsa akeko kenai kele mokorek chutok ko ng'o chuto chu kamach kokwer serikalitab president Ruto ndabu ko kakimach kiwekwa kongoi kapsa mheshimiwa ngin boisiet ikere kele kingochu serikali ikere boisiet netesetai eng olimbo Mosop kekere akine mheshimiwa Marian kole balda ole kosungukanot chemut kokerot chortinwek kelen kon ko kapsa maendeleo choto tugul chetesetai Marian nguno ko mat kasit kapsa kotabotyo biik kole angakan ko yesimwa kapsa chebo nguno ko yesimwa chebongonotin cheingen kapsa boisiet nekikikwechi kokameche ochungo mheshimiwa Marian kasit nekararan akoikulo kinye mheshimiwa Abraham Kirwan kolin Bomasop kuna balyon nebo let kityo nemekasasare mheshimiwa kokameche osom biik en kosomen kokwoni nyon ip kapso ak biik tugul chekokonyor report nebo kap telet Petro Misoi nebo kapso yuto nyonet kemeche ketore lagok chik some Grace Misoi nebo koyotok sikobit kerang betutab mutai inamwe yuto bo SDA kapso asiketoret ngorombet nemi betutab mutai kokaptekere lagochoto kokameche kole karibuni tugul ak mheshimiwa tugul chekokemusyo koro Jamila Kipkosgei kole koptumo kongoi mising.
Kongoi mising noto ko Jamila Kipkosgei en olimbo Koptumo akere ale meche kebe olimbo Trans Nzoia meche kebe olimbo Trans Nzoia sikobit kenyoru Joel nemi olimbo Trans Nzoia. Joel chamgei.
Woi mheshimiwa iamune?
Chamgei nebo sopon sa Joel.
Waje kijamege ngole Trans Nzoia ngole Cherangany. Woi mheshimiwa mi ngoliondoni kaimwa kabisa nitoni mbolea yu ko man ko ngap ketebe keleni kingiandano serial tos mi kampunit ngoro nekikochi sikobit ko supply yutok chu kobun serikali ko kameche mi ngoliondoni kemwa mheshimiwa ile miji okur nepin minister nebo agriculture obotepse ole kingianda tuktuk amu is neimane kai kaso ko yoto koripchu ko kaitundano yani nitani kapsa minister ko butononji ne simanai tuguk chemite minister inati ak tuguk ngot komi biik ng'unyit nebo minister inati ko ngokere ak kochungusan bichoto atya ngot komi tuguk chekikwakising yoto kwa chito kokemanda chito anan kokesto chichoto amu isi mami kit netoreti wakulima chichoto komi yoto kingikoi boisiet kikoi asikobit kotoret boisiet nerube noto mheshimiwa ko en kampunishek chekomwa chu paracetamol chu kaimwa ng'olyon nebo kamwa chi ng'olyon nebo maana nekale isi ngot komi tai niyoki ametinye baita koba ne kiito makaikai kealda kiungani serikali kiungani rais ng'olyondo noto akabwati ale kaiungana kinye mheshimiwa kotoretech kunoto amu akwek kotoretech akotoretech wakulima oripchi boisionik chechoto mi toretegei ko mheshimiwa amu boroindo ak biik chemite lainda ngabo chito kongoi nafas nakaikono.
Kongoi mising noto ko Joel nemi olimbo Trans Nzoia ameche kebe olimbo Laikipia wendi Laikipia sikobit kenyoru Koskei nemi olimbo Laikipia. Arap Koskei kotinye.
Kongoi mheshimiwa. Kongoi nafas nakekono. Achek man ngole Laikipia ko kenyoru in kantoldoiwek ak akere uni kama kole keswek kora kirwotin keswek ko ngotutiet akotau man mheshimiwa kararan amu in chang ng'alek chemite ikere serikali takalun kewal kila kenyit komi ng'alek chebendi chechang chemeche kewal akot wafanyikazi komeche keyai reshuffle mameche wafanyikazi kotebi yoto koek icheket chekatebi yoto chito ni kokinyorchin yoto kotebi yoto ku ng'alek cho baringo cho ikere ile kokamwa kikidik cheindi kokikeni kelen tos tonyo kotoret biik noto lakini matakomanda kiyoto amu isi kokale meche koisto police tugul chekomi koba koistogei chito niyoto eng 6 station agenge ku nguno ng'alek serious yo ko ngekere achek kuni kokiwale tukyo oret kero transportation kong'eten ko Mombasa ngwano kebwone ngemiyo nyikende alak kewal tuguk oret ko noto nguno ikere ile meche kechungwan yoto meche kechungwan fertilizer ko mara mat kole biik maolei amu ngot kole biik maolei ko economic nenyo nekibar meche kwale biik fertilizer ko tungiro kele kalya ko makiro ketesyi alak baadaye tabu komeche mat kole biik mat kwalei ko nguno kongoi ichame kole Laikipia korobon lagat kechame kacheket makitinye ng'olyo kongoi.
Kameche kebe olimbo Baringo asikobit kenyoru kastoindenyo agenge nemi olimbo Baringo akine nekile Shikuku kale tukomite lainda anan kakomanda orni Shikuku ya Shikuku tukomi Baringo. Shikuku chamgei.
Hello. Akasin bwana mheshimiwa. Itamage mheshimiwa.
Itamage na basabon.
Kitamage abiken Baringo ogusonen ngalek yoji Baringo iko senyit. miten achek cheng'olole biik kabotisyo matokebotisye achek miten nachekertin kabisa kikiyesta kabisa nguroni ibamache biik chilele lagok koba boisyo kibista boisyoi so kuno mi biik kertin asowech Mungu akwero kowenu kapsa Baringo kabisa kandoik tugul ero ameche ang'alale mbunge kabisa betesan kole bundukini mito yate ukibunu ano amo yotoben kabisa bakole kubichi serikali alake yemoripke akot 2027 nolon siaset nebo tungumi katoben bichu kele kiyaike bichu kabisa uni meche bichu kendusindane amo bichoi ngukibirchi kura Azimio akot kamuketilotinyen akwek kumakibo Azimio so kono nameche mheshimiwa aba achekilyo kabisa kandoik bas uno ko ng'alekab chokamwa kobo ng'alekab paracetamol chokile meche sikealda ko orutangut ane kole kele kiyakisere akole motinye chek kolasima kekuita alake bas sero kenyoru kerib tuga chetinye chego moyo yatoben kabisa chorsoni ketum Kenya kukinyany korik loku tuguk sere yetoben konono kabisa ubisachi nono kochut kot ng'alebo mbolea kumo chang'et loku tuguk sere missing konono oripyo akech kabisa ako kongoye mheshimiwa mo boryeng'ung kabisa nokosan kabisa kole ibo ikitinyen imiten kwanet akoi nguni imiten kele kumheshimiwa kukongoi kasa ng'alalen kabisa kole tatebisot kandoik tugul kuno tesetai kuroni kabisa kongoi
kongoi missing noto ko Shibuko inendet komite olinbo Baringo akomwoiwech akobo boisiet netesetai eng olinbo Baringo kongoi missing Shibuko bas amoche kebe olinbo amoche kenyoru gender akere ale mite akine Subeda tom kikochi gender amoche akochi chepkirchi Subeda sikomong'olyo Subeda Kichamegei Subeda Subeda kalia ina ngoma clear ngo cheng ule
extra
ndo shida kidogo Subeda eng ng'alekab simenyi ko ochamwa kityo akochi bila bagera ngite boyo pato mokikochi kwa muda kusitaweka akochi anan kakikochi mosonik.
Yes. Kaya. Kongoi mwisho.
That's time. Sushaina sikopit akochi sila plan. That's time.
Okay. Kongoi mheshimiwa.
That's time mosonik. Mosonik.
Ikoson mheshimiwa. Nyorwa komie?
Ikosin that's time. Vizuri sana.
Kongoi ikotwon Dr. Sambu ak Kwambokosi ak daktari en yon kora akine. Kongoi. Kakong'alalen iman kole komi tugun chekotesetai chu kobo phosphate mbolea chefek kotakichunguzani. Kemoe kebokokyi serikali kodilene amun ikere iman nawe kikongoi korok PS Rono kokituyo amut komi olimbo Boito komi function age nekotesetai en yundo nebo avocado nekokatachin MCA nebo Boito nekuren Nyesha kokong'alal ng'alek cheechen kabisa tingen ine kabatik kit nemie muguleldo yani tingen tuguk chemiachen anan mokyin tuguk chemiachen akochopchin kora tuguk chemiachen PS Rono ko pongezi PS Rono kokokere kele tesetai ng'alechu mbolea kokokimoche mi barwet nekiokere any besho kikakisir mheshimiwa kele kokistopen korok kechikil chun iko ko mongen ko kiman any chu kikistopen kele kechikil chun alak chun koronok chon alak chon ko nibuch ine Kimoe kebokokyi serikali kotilenen ongebe nyekial mbolea en cereals amun chun alak komakikitonosi inye ongei cereal kenam phosphate amun kokechikil choton makoi koit siret tuguk cheu chonte kemoe kityo serikali ak komostab agriculture kotilen ine koko tuguk chekororon chekor kakimin tamamwoe ole ngomin chito ekarisiek nekit 1000 en ngele 1000 ekarisiek kokor kakikoi tuguk chefek konyoru hasara chichon neoo kabisa kemoche serikali ine koyai tuguk cheu chon che genuine certified seed cheu chu kiyaten Bomet konge sirono kiyakaumian Bomet kasarta nekoi lakini nguni kokokobwa keswek chekororon bichon kora chon katel sichon kikamwa
Kongen mising noto ko mosonik Shushaina ko ameche awo olinbo Keyo sikobit kenyoru Joseph Maina tomo kochi ko Joseph Chamgei.
Yes, we have a son together. His name is Paul Undig Jr. And he's also in Kenya, and he loves it there. He's been going there since he's 5 months old.
I'm sure you call him using Caribbean line.
Yes, I do. All the time.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Oh, that is great.
Caribbean line is a very good phone card to call Kenya because hizi makadi ziko hapa tunatumia, they don't give you enough minutes to call Kenya. 5-10 minutes it's gone, but Karibu online is giving you a lot of minutes, and at the same time it's very accurate.
Kote nchini mbele tuendelee, mbele Kenya tuendelee,
Kenya
tuendelee,
twende mbele. NCBA, go for it.
Oret nekikiringdoe pest eng gaa koibun Tatua Demand 10CS kobun Syngenta. Ker ile keboisie kerichek chetindoi chamchinet kobun public health ibare solobik, murek, kalyang'ik, mbu ak birechik asimawechin ak inyoru walutik chekororon. Ker ile kesoman arorutik amaiboisie pesticide alak tugul. Tatua Demand 10CS. No mosquitoes, no problems.
Tugul koter ole kwongdo, chi age tugul koter ole namdo muganget. Lakini kit agenge ko unga cheiboisien. Unga chebo Jamii Milling choto chekakikwangen imyone. Tos imyono? Yan kailanchi kokurin hotelit aino. Ingen hotelit ne nikas imiten ole loo ikase ile ainon kakorur kimyet.
Limbo Keyo sikobit kenyoru Joseph Maina tomo kochi ko Joseph Chamgei.
Koko bisu mewa kumugamba abudo besu kile barane kimi basana ala kimi tak boyo negure pose ure kimi kabisa kolega porosta so mangu ye ko kalale ko man kalya se ko miti wa jire urta ya de jure tribut ko ale ba la ki ko ai ko man amu abashem gora alya se ko ya juro do am ti tigot ke le ni ya ga urta ya postol ya ga ba mun kabisa ko kita kan dapat boleh kan ko kalau jepang ya ini dah apa sah ini di kamu ciburu ni ya ada nyuru ya ada pai anan tunggu tiba jol ala pikir kira ya ada kami man lalu ni bapa di ya ada lele kita beli mungkin mungkin tunggu je pikir dia mana pikir je tunggu je ini sama dengan apa ala kalau apa ni pikir om biasa apa amu ini orang lalu ini dia di audisi kalau ya di universiti ya ada sini Allora so come ko daskari ko ai gana ba ni yani ni sitaga ara gogo misis gogo
Noto ko Joseph Maina eng olin bo Keyo. Amache kebe olin bo Emurwo Dikir. Emurwo Dikir singenyoru Noah Masai eng olin bo Emurwo Dikir.
Mheshimiwa, namuna mheshimiwa.
Kichame arap Ruto testai.
Kichame bo Emurwo Dikir. Ngekane nachangian bwana mheshimiwa akobo tuguk kekere en Kenya ngo. Bwana mheshimiwa, ngibare keker kora makiristoi kora biik cartel tuo maenda bwana mheshimiwa amuni. Ngibare keker mbolea chebo kechobe kotogu kele naat amu kor keibote ngurombo KFC ibote biik tuguk chekichoben chekisile mere ile chon. Ndamukase mheshimiwa oiben parliament kiamwa wo makibune tabaraen chechu ng'ololun amun inye ko MP nale ibe report ko ko pale kekerin lekinamdoi bichu amun boisien kora karisiekab sirkali ak ale kamwaun en wikit konye alen bichu komo biik innocent. Ngibare kostai arap Ruto bichu maritikane en rabinik chekikoin bichu komoe kotupen kabisa. Kotko kome ngele 100,000 komoe konyor milionit en arawet. So kemoche kora toretech bwana mheshimiwa amun kotko nyon kechobwech mbolea chekindoi koiwek kou kora bandek chekiteme kora en Rift Valley bwana mheshimiwa amoche koker kora amun nguni bandek chekokitinye Transmara bandek chekoron ako lakini kibendi tai nguni keibe bandek chebo ng'aino amun en mheshimiwa kokitinye bandek en koroni nyon chenyolu kistoken. So oker yondo kabisa amun yono ko soker mionwogik chebwone kora ko tuguk cheu chono. Kikere kora kikinyor kerichek bwana mheshimiwa chekokichoben korotwek kakityonyotyony korotwek kechoben kerichek. So tuguchu komi Kenya. Kebwa kora chon kong'olole chito chebo Shekawol ko amune sikeibe moe kora otoch chikil DCI. DCI chu ko bichu chekakonech kokoi serikalit kora inochi serikalit amun kenyoru information mara neko wananchi kele takichungusani kit nekakinyor akenyor ito en Kenya nekakibar mi biik chekonugei komoe kora chebo DCI takichungusa kenyoru ai chito netinye nekanyon kochob keswek chefek kele kora takichungusa nimakirat bichu bo DCI en Kenya sikosob Kenya ni bwana mheshimiwa. So mheshimiwa maakekunen ale kokisoseret chongin komie ko ngorunet alak kokimpongeza kora namu kokakinde kora kokitinye ot chombo len emet chombo Washington DC tam keng'ololen kemo ot arap kurgat.
Kongoi mising Noah, inendet ko Noah eng olin bo Emurwo Dikis Transmara. Amu kele kakosait mising kongokochi kityo chito agenge nebo olin bo Bomet. Noto ko Kibet Ndanai. Kokochi Kibet Ndanai amu kele kakonyo chito nyokosomoni logoiwekab emet eng olin bo studio. So Kibet Ndanai eng olin bo Bomet mang'olyo kidogo Kibet.
Boisionik iman chemiten emet agere kou komostab mbolea man komiten nenaker komiten ingen biik amun obo kora kekere kou brokaek ko among'u ale bendi kora akoi kong'et kokonech kora kobitunen ano soroek komenai ile pangani biik kongoi mising.
Noto ko Kibet Ndanai eng olin bo Bomet kimache kemwa kongoi. Akere kostekyok chechang chekimite lainda akot chorwenyu Morogo Chebilet nekami kobote betutab rani, Charles Arap Kering chorwenyo Noah kami kobotech akine, Solomon Kipsigiriot ngoi Solo kamite akine Julius Rotich kami Solomon Tarus. Choronokchok kimache kikochi lakini kakile rani kikochi biik chotom kikochini nafas akot Charles Arap Kering Morogo Chebilet no kokameche alechok melen kakiyesyi kikono kameche kityo kikochi biik chekotuko akot Solomon Arap Tarus wenyu lainda kwa muda mrefu lakini komi bichu kotom kikochi ko orito kwalejin amu kingen kele kakwo sait akimeche kiwekte soet keba olin bo Nokelet ko ngomakwo weekend nekararan angen ale ni ko weekend nebo Easter weekend nebo Pasaka nikicelebrate tugul ko ngomakwo chotembeani watebean komie chobendi rutoyobe komie chomite gaa otebi komie sikotoreto kamuktaindet kobirok lakini sire tugul ongesa sikotoreti kamuktaindet akesochi serikalitab His Excellency asikobit kokochi kimnotet kirwokin kamuktaindet asikondochi emoni komie. Ako yotok ko ngawekta soet kwa niaba nebo kwanet tugul kimwoe kele kimnotet naet Kawekta soet keboil nebo inocules asikobit kenyor daktari. Kongoi mising.
Mheshimiwa Chairman Abraham Kirwa, Mheshimiwa kongoi mising ak kwaneng'ung chebo kweritiet en oret nekamgei. Kongoi mising. Inokwek nekakekas ng'ololong kotinygei ak fertilizer mbolea kokemwa lembech chechang. Mamuche koyai chi mbolea chechang kitenjonitet kot ko kikiyai kotutigin. Ui nebo kwong'ut nesikoropta kompunitab serikali kou NCPB mamukokse kongeribkei. Miten ngwanisab kotsab kolon kotsab betut ako chobotin icheket kokonech terchet kotinygei ak chitab Kalenjin. Kelchinoik chetindoi chitab Kalenjin ak uindo netindoi chitab Kalenjin. Chitab Kalenjin nebo ng'waek eng ng'wondut komugul en biik bilion 8 chebo ng'wonduni chendoitoi ng'waek mising ng'waek chekoen ko chitab Kalenjin chemaite okot 8 million anan chekolo 8 million kobo emet eng ng'waek. Nee netindoi chitab Kalenjin makingen. Ani president chebo Kenya ak deputy president chekiki koyob Kalenjin tindoi kelchin netya. Kike president oeng Arap Moi ak Dr. Ruto ako mami age nekikoketie koek kityo. Nee netindoi chitab Kalenjin kose kwanet tebengei kwanet koron mwawech kerutik chetindoi chitab Kalenjin ako tindoi ne en taa ongikaskei ak kwanetab kochop koron kochop betut en wikit. Iye ko ameche konawekta soet ko Nairobi ndagere chobot Caroline Kiplagat kosomoni lugab emet eng koindo ak tetutik chemi tai en rauni. Kongoi mising. Kotomo konin Caroline iya kameche kole soasere kityo toyot en yu Minister Beno Minister Mwat soasere akikochi soet Karo. Kongoi mising.
Kongoi mising daktari, kongoi mising. Kaib kityo nafas nekitikin. Abwoti biikab Kalenjin alenji obwan inab Kalas otokotin, obwan onyorchingei service nebo sauna. Sauna ko kemwa kele toreti chametabgei nebo borto nebo chi age tugul. So otokotin akwek tugul. Yemanden sauna iwendi jacuzzi, ole wendi tangusi iririot nebo bortong'ung. So otokotin akwek tugul obwan onyorchingei experience no en inab Kalas. Omi kora kerichek cheketokchingei otokotin tugul. Mite kora makawet ole kiamishen, ikoitoi order neng'ung kechobun amitwogik. Yechobok amitwogik iamishe. Amitwogik tugul chekemokyigei kechobun eng restaurant nebo Ainab Kalas. Miten kora ole keyoe tuiyosiek kikuren conference hall modern en nguni. Techini biikab Kalenjin otokotin grupisiek chebo chepyosok, ko chebo boisiek, ko chebo kampunisiek, ko chebo kanisa. Kotokotin akwek tugul obwan koyai tuiyosiekwok en conference hall nebo Ainab Kalas. Ako mi ole keruitos kora, miten private room, roomit nemuche iru konyegen anan oruye ak familia ko otokotin miten. Ako yeng'et asubuhi kekonin breakfast. Miten kora dormitory, roomit nemuche koruyo biik chechang. Ako rue chitugul kitandenyin ako tuengei chitugul tufet nenyin en orit olindet. So otokotin akwek tugul obwan inyoru experience no. Akany ngunon ole kibiren beek swimming pool. Komiten mi konyil oeng, mi kebeberta nebo lagok chemengech ako mi nebo kebeberta nebo biik cheechen. So alenjini biik tugul otokotin obwan open fun en Ainab Kalas. Koi daktari ngobirwech simu ko 0112 701 334 0112 701 334 na mkono namba nebo Ainab Kalas. Kongoi mising daktari, awekte soet ko Nairobi.
Yes, karibu customer.
Jambo.
Nzuri. Utakula nini leo?
Nisaidie ugali na fry nusu.
Nusu fry hapo na ugali? Yes. Haya.
Wewe, nani amekuitisha hii yote?
Hapana, tulia customer.
Hapana, mimi sitaitisha hii yote.
Huku ukiitisha tunakuongezea bonus juu yake.
Kwa hivyo hii ni bonus.
Your wings are
just got bigger and better na Lotto. Match your 6 lucky numbers na Lotto na ushinde times 20,000 bet yako ndani ya hourly draws. Kila siku kuna guaranteed jinue bonus times 10,000 your bet. The more you stake, the more your bonus. Jipange pia ndani ya Lotto na shopping vouchers worth 100,000 na a brand new probox kila wiki, kila Wednesday and Saturday kuna up to 200 million ndani ya grand mega jackpot. Changamka, jinue na Lotto. Ingia M-Pesa paybill 777-000. Account Kass. Amount shilingi 50 hadi shilingi 2,000.
Over 18s only. Gaming can be addictive. Play responsibly. This message has been approved by the BCLB.
Changamka, cheza Lotto.
Need to prove your M-Pesa payment history in a jiffy? Don't worry, you're always in control. To generate your M-Pesa statement from the comfort of your phone, launch your M-Pesa app. Navigate to the section titled M-Pesa Statements. Click See All. Click Export Statements and specify the period whose statements you want to generate. Voila! You're sorted. We're in kusema na M-Pesa self-service. Just go to the M-Pesa app or dial *334#. Need to reset your M-Pesa PIN in a jiffy? Don't worry, you're always in control. You can reset it from the comfort of your phone. Just dial *334#. Select option 7 and then select option 2 to access the M-Pesa PIN manager. Follow the prompts to reset your PIN. Voila, you're sorted. We're in kusema na M-Pesa self-service. Just dial *334#.
This April, your kids deserve to enjoy non-stop laughter and entertainment for the holidays. The Salulu is to recharge your subscription and get upgraded to the next high bouquet on Star Times to enjoy a never-ending lineup of fun shows on our fantastic kids channel.
I'll take it from here. Sam, shoot the ball.
Join Teeny and Tiny as they teach wonderful lessons on Baby TV. Make new friends with the Roblox Rumble Gang. Join Inspector Gadget as he solves puzzles on Cartoon Channel. Save the world with Ben 10 on Boing TV or learn the wonders of science on the Da Vinci Channel. Recharge on your current bouquet and get upgraded to the next high bouquet for 1 month. Download Star Times on app for unlimited entertainment. Anytime, anywhere. Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Chitab Kalenjin nebo betut noto nebo koeng kasi betut neitun tetutiet nebo ikwenye emet ng'weten ketesiet nebo Kass TV ni ko tetutiet neibun logoiwekab emet koboto ng'alalutik ak ng'amutik cheterter kotinygei ak tuguk cheterter chetestai en emetab Kenya kong'eten ketesiet nebo Kass TV. Kainenyun ko Victor Korir ak kemiten ak Naomi cherotechin inendet neibu logoiwek en oret nebo kabarunoik en logoiwekab emet ole kitaunen county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet. Logoiwek kotestai komongei kandoik kobun county notok bo Elgeyo Marakwet ak korirten Inspector General nebo Police Japhet Koome kosubkei ak ng'emetab kalyet nekitestai keborionjin en komosta nebo Kerio Valley. Kamwa MP nebo Marakwet West notok ko Timothy Kipchumba kole magat korutochi Koome komosatak bo Kerio Valley asikoborionjin ng'emetab kalyet koboto baretab biik netestai kong'eme sobonwek en komosta nebo Kerio Valley. Report neitwech ko neibwech Andrew Kemeto.
Kosubkei ak yautikab buchetab kalyet chetesetai keboryenjini eng Kerio Valley kotesetai korirtoe kandoik kobun county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet Inspector General nebo Police nebo emoni Japhet Koome eng kit nekamwa kole tomo kobor maket age tugul nebo koker kole kakirinda yautik choto bo buchetab kalyet eng komosatab Kerio Valley. Kong'ololi ak sirikab logoiwek komwa membayat nebo kot neng'ate ng'atutik nebo Marakwet West Timothy Kipchumba kole kong'ete kotoige baretab biik eng Kerio Valley kotomo koib boroindo age tugul IG Koome korutochi komosatab ba Kerio Valley.
Tunashangaa IG bwana Koome ako wapi? Kwa sababu yeye ni Inspector General of Police in this country na watu wake wanawawa. Tunashangaa kama kuna maandamano Nairobi, tunaona ya kwamba hao wenye wanaandamana wanapigwa tear gas, wanaweza kufukuzwa pale Nairobi, lakini ikifika mambo ya insecurity along Kerio Valley, hatuoni kama serikali imeweza kusaidia watu wetu kama vile tungetaka. Kwa sababu tuko na IG ambaye ni Inspector General of Police, lakini hatujaweza kuona kwamba hatujamuona pale ground. Hatujaona kama ameset up camp pale Kerio Valley kusaidia watu wetu, kwa sababu bila amani Kerio Valley hakutaweza kuwa na maendeleo. That is why kama viongozi tumeshangaa kidogo na hatungefurahi ya kwamba watu wetu wazidi ama waendelee kuwawa jinsi inavyofanyika sasa.
Kasom membayanoto serikali kuchokchi gazetman nebo Kerio Valley sub county nekibarasta president nebo emoni eng taunetab kee nebo kenyini kole kitau asi konyumnyumchi ofisaikab ripsetab kalyet chengetab kalyet eng komosata.
Na ndio serikali imejaribu, tumeona juzi wame set up mambo ya Kerio Valley sub county, lakini we want that sub county to be effective as soon as possible. Tunataka hiyo sub county iweze kuwa set up. Tunataka DCIO aende Chesongoch, tunataka OCPD aende Chesongoch, tunataka NPR wote ambao waliweza kuandikwa kazi kuleta usalama Kerio Valley walipwe as soon as possible ndio waweze kusaidia upande ule.
Eng betutab amut kokoyai tuyet ofisaikab ripsetab kalyet koboto governor nebo county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet Wesley Rotich ole koyomis kole boisie ortinwek alak tugul asikoker kole kakiwek kalyet eng komosatab ba Kerio Valley.
Tuweke vichwa pamoja, tuangalie ni mbinu ipi tena tunaweza kutumia ili kuweza kukabiliana na hii hali ya usalama. Kwa hivyo tunatoa onyo ya kwamba serikali iko imara, tutatembea hiyo barabara tuhakikishe kwamba maisha na mali ya wakaji wa Elgeyo Marakwet imeweza kulindwa ipasavyo.
Machifu wetu wako hapa, amani inaweza kuja kwa njia mingi, lakini amani ile rahisi ni kwa njia ya watu kuongea pamoja, watu kukutana, watu kwenda kwa soko, watu kufanya ukulima pamoja. Hiyo yote itatusaidia tulete amani ya kudumu kuliko hata amani ya kutumia bunduki. Kwa hivyo tumesema wakati security agencies wanafanya yao, sisi kama leaders tunafanya yetu. Mimi tu ilikuwa niwapatie challenges zile wananchi wamesema na ile jinsi security agencies wanafaa kurespond, bas ili hao wafanye kazi yao. Sisi kama civilian pia tuende pia na county commissioner na wale watu tuende tuongeleshe wananchi, tuambie kwamba tudumisha amani.
Kongete county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Andrew Kimeto.
Kakokimit minista nebo ribetab kalyet en emet orit Professor Kithure Kindiki kole kokomuch serikali koal mashinishek chelelach chebo kasari chekiboisien kirindaetab boriotinik en kiwatoshek chebo emoni. Kinyoru ng'alalet nebo Professor Kithure Kindiki.
The traditional way of securing our territories will still remain to be relevant, and therefore the traditional security hardware will remain crucial for countries in the immediate future, even as we look at the changes that are driving us to looking at things differently. In this regard, I am pleased to report that the government of Kenya has made significant investments in equipping our security forces with the latest equipment, technology and resources to combat threats to our national security. And this we are doing through the modernization of equipment of the National Police Service and also the National Intelligence Service together with the Kenya Defence Forces, which are our organs of national security. We are in a serious and deliberate modernization program to make sure that our police service, our intelligence service, and the Kenya Defense Forces have the latest equipment which are able to secure our borders. And we are also investing seriously in cyber security to make sure that our cyberspace as a country is also free from the threats that we continue to face.
Tete counties chebo Elgeyo Marakwet, Baringo ak West Pokot kotoe tetutiet nebo kamaretab kiagik anan livestock branding ko oret agenge nekiboisien kekirinda chorsetab kiagik nekikwo barak missing en komosta nebo Kerio Valley. Kaituyet governors chebo counties chotok somok akoityi koshinet nebo kotoege tetutyonotok en konekit ole arorwech Andrew Kimeto en koindo.
Kakoityi koshinet gavanaek somoku chebo West Pokot County, Elgeyo Marakwet County ak Baringo County kole kotoi ofisaikab livestock chebo counties choto oret nelel nekinyite kiagik anan livestock branding ko oret agenge nebo kekirindae chorsetab kiagik nikwo barak missing eng kebeberwek choto. Kong'ololi yekangoyai tuyet eng taonitab Iten komwa gavanaek choto kondochini Waisile Rotich nebo Elgeyo Marakwet, Benjamin Cheboy nebo Baringo County ak Simon Kachapin nebo West Pokot County kole eng kasarta nekakichor kiagik eng county age konyumnyum eng ofisaekab serikali konai county ole kakichore kiagik choto.
Today we have come here because we have a duty as leaders, because this problem has been there for a long time and we feel we have a duty to find a solution.
We are saying we are branding all the animals, especially within the region. And the owner. So that if we find a branded animal in Chesegon and it's coming from Bartabwa, then we know that was stolen from Bartabwa.
Kaikoito kora kursit gavanaek choto eng serikali koboisie oret neng'wan nebo konam chorik choto akobar icheket amu kikokon kanyalilet no missing eng counties choto.
If you are selling ammunition, if you are selling guns, if you are doing the actual stealing, if you are the one killing, if you are the one coordinating, if you are the one financing, anyone doing that should actually be brought to book. But for us, as three governors here, we are suggesting that the third option of eliminating them, sometimes the courts can take time. I think instant justice, the same way they kill, they should also die by the gun, the same way they kill by the gun, so that we can have lasting peace in this Kerio Valley.
Mite kora somet koityi meng'ikab Kerio Valley komong kainaikab choto tinyegei ak chelesosnatetab chorsetab kiagik ak baretab biik amu ingetotin bichoto eng kokwotunwekab gaa chebo Kerio Valley.
All these criminals comes from a clan, a sub-location, a division, a sub-county. They are known by the people, they are known by the mothers, they are known by the fathers, the uncles, and the aunties. We know so and so is a criminal. The best thing also locally is that we have to disown, we have to incite communities against criminals. A criminal should not be roaming in your village when the mother and the father is alive and the people are there. They should tell him, please leave this job, go to school, bring them to go to Tibet, and empower them to do other things instead of cattle rustling, so that they are not killed. Because even if the police are not going to kill, he is going to be killed by the fellow bandits in the other area.
Kongete county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Andrew Kimeto.
Ak eng kasarta nekatoige ropta nebo kolset ko kakotuyogei Ministry nebo Somanet ak Ministry noto bo ribetab timwek asikosuldaen tetutiet nebo kolsetab ketik eng komoswek cheboto sukulisiekab primary, secondary ak sukulisiekab barak. Ng'ololjin sirikab logoiwek en Arboretum nebo Nairobi komwa kandoik cheboto sirindet neo en Ministry nebo Somanet Dr. Belio Kipsang kole tinye emoni kipsomaninik 17,000,000 ak konetik chesire 600,000 ak chetetat kochut chitugul tetutyonoto bo kolsetab ketik en betusiek chebwone. Noto ko tokyinet nebo ketoret serikali koityi magenyi nebo kekol ketik bilion 15 koite kenyitab 2032. Report konebo Samson Kurgat.
Kamwa kandoichoto kole imugaksei kokol kipsomaninik ak kanetik ketik chesire million 35 eng kenyit age tugul.
With an estimated of 17 million learners, both at all levels of learning from ECD to our universities, and 600,000 educators in institutions spread across the country, a target of growing 35 million trees and producing 300 million seedlings annually.
We will be able to start tree nurseries at each and every level, at each and every state department of our ministry, starting with higher education, where we have 74 of our public and private universities. We have agreed and said that each and every university, may it be public or private, must have, as of necessity, a tree nursery.
Ministry nebo somanet ak nebo ripsetab timwek kobendi kotononchin kasuldaetab kolsetab ketik eng sugulishek ak komaswek alak chebo emet.
We have made several strides towards achieving this very ambitious target that the government of Kenya has set as one of the ways to combat the climate crisis that we are faced with. It is a whole of government approach, and that is why my ministry is the coordinator and technical backstopping ministry.
The two ministries will enhance their collaboration in tree growing by one, Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry will ensure timely production and provision of 15,000 kilograms of tree seeds annually to enable the Ministry of Education meet its seedlings production target of 300 million.
We have the Water for Schools strategy under the Ministry of Water, which is another very important ministry that we are going to work with, so that we think about protecting the trees, we think about the water, we have to think about the labor.
Kosubkei ak kandoichoto kobendi kosome Ministry nebo Treasury kotaban kaitoshek 5 eng bokol chebo budget kotokyigei kolset ak ripsetab ketik.
I appreciate the Ministry of Education. They are already fronting a proposal where a certain percentage of their total budget will go towards specifically this tree growing initiative. So we have to build on the institutions that are already existing. At the county level, we have the county environment committees chaired by the county commissioners, and that is where we want every other stakeholder to coalesce around so that we have a very coordinated way of not just growing, but protecting and reporting the tree growing initiative.
CDF has now set aside 5% of its allocation to the Ministry of Environment to ensure that this activity is enhanced.
Kamwa CS nebo somanet Ezekiel Machogu kole bo kamanut kokakinoisechi biik chemengech konai akobo kamanutiet nebo ketik.
What we also want to do is to institutionalize and create the culture of tree planting within our young people, because once we have it done, it will not only be done in schools, it will equally be done within their home areas. The same will be transferred to the parents, the same will be done by the community.
Aripotenchini Kass logoiwekab emet eng county nebo Nairobi, kainenyu ko Samson Kurgat.
Ak oret agenge nebo keker kele kaikanapta tetutik chebo ribetab itondab emet ko kakomongei katuiyetabkei nebo kanisosiek en county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet ak kotorchigei kanetisiet koityi kipsomaninik akobo kolsetab ketik asikewekte itondo nebo emet agoi itondo nekibo tai. Kaindochi kolsetab ketik en sukulit nebo St. Goet Secondary nemiten en sub-county nebo Keyo North, Bishop nebo kanisetab AIC en Keyo Marakwet area, Bishop David Kipsoi nekamwa kole kakoit kasarta nenyolu koik kanisa kiptainik en tetutik tugul chetorchingei ribetab itondab emet. Timothy Kiplimo ak report.
Kong'ololjin sirikab logoiwek kasarta nekaindochi tetutiet nebo kolsetab ketik en sukulitab St. Goet Secondary, komwa Bishop nebo kanisetab AIC en Keyo Marakwet area, Bishop David Kipsoi kole nyolu koik kiptainik kanisa eng tetutik cheitorchingei kiwekyi itondab emet eng itondonyi nebo tai, mising ko en kasarta nekitesetai kebaorionjin walet eng itondab emet en ing'wendet.
As a church, we are saying we want to take lead. We want to be role models.
we want to do whatever God is asking us to do. Because the Bible tells us that we have been called to come out of darkness to his marvelous light so that we may proclaim his excellencies. And the excellencies of God is his environment, the universe. Ndugu zangu nawaambieni ya kwamba as a church, we are not an appendix in anything pertaining environment. We are part and parcel. I want to say that theology is environment and environment is theology.
Kaikimit kipsoi kole kakoit kasarta nenyolu koib motoshek tugul boroindo nebo korib itondab emet kobun kolsetab ketik.
It is our responsibility to preserve, to take care, so that we may have good water, good breeding, that we can have good air that we can breathe in, and other things that we can have in this world and enjoy. The scripture says, if we are willing and obedient, we will eat the best of the land. And if we are destructive, then we will not get the best of the land. Nowadays, there are a lot of diseases, disasters that we face as human beings. It is because we are not willing to take care of the environment.
En kasarata, komwa Regional Manager nebo Mwangasa Light Michael Ongoro ak rubeiwotab kanetindet neo nebo sukulitab Serkoit Secondary Winnie Mayo kole boisietab kipsomaninik eng tetutik cheitorchingei ripsetab itondab emet kobun kolsetab ketik koimuch kotoret kenyor ibindo newendi koribe itondab emet en betusiek chemiten tai.
We are losing a lot of biodiversity. Now our children will not be able to access those plants or those animals that we have accessed at this moment. So it is important that we nurture new environmental leaders that are going to take care of God's environment.
I would really want to thank the movement because they have made the students to know that it is important to plant trees because the trees are what makes the environment, and trees regulate our environment, the atmosphere, that is the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. At the same time, it beautifies our environment.
Kongete sukulitab Serkoit Secondary nemiten county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass TV, kaninyu ko Timothy Kiplimo.
Report noto chitab Kolenjin nebo Timothy Kiplimo ko kitwech kamung'et nenwach en tetutiet nebo kwenye emet. Kiwekisen nematyan asiketestai ak logoiwekab emet.
Need to reset your M-Pesa PIN in a jiffy? Don't worry, you're always in control. You can reset it from the comfort of your phone. Just dial *334#. Select option 7 and then select option 2 to access the M-Pesa PIN manager. Follow the prompts to reset your PIN. Voila, you're sorted. Wewe ndio kusema na M-Pesa self-service. Just dial *334#.
Guno kokoit ropta eng emet ako kakoit kasartab kolset. Syngenta East Africa komi asikotoret konet kabatik chekole bandek ak marakwek ole kikirindoi timwek eng imbar.
Anitangagiyake kora ketesta corruption noto nebo Syngenta.
Betutab kwangwan kasi tarikit 4 arawetab 4 Kebiten County nebo Uasin Gishu ole kinomen Kipkorgot, Naiberi, Strobak, Kerwai Flax, Nyaru, Kamgetuny ak kekeren olimbo Ainab Koi. Tarikit 5 arawetab 4 yani Friday kemiten county nebo Uasin Gishu ak ketiriren akoi county noto nebo Trans Nzoia. Uasin Gishu kenome Kiplombe, Kaboi, Simbi, Soy, Nangili, Farfaral, Matunda, Moisbridge, Kablamai ak ketaren olimbo Sibanga. Betunoto nebo tarikit 6 arawetab 4 yani Saturday kenomen Trans Nzoia ak kekeren Elgeyo Marakwet. Trans Nzoia kinomen Tuigoin, Barsombe, Chebororwo, Kabomoy, Karandili, Kablolo, Bugar ak kekeren olimbo Iten.
Ongetuyen tugul en roadshow nebo Lelesta asikobit otuye ak ng'omutik kobun Syngenta East Africa ak kabarastoik chebo Kass FM International cheochome asikobit kinetkei ak inai akobo products chebo Syngenta cheboto Primagram Gold, Lumax ak Dual Gold.
Nyoru kabatik kasarta kwolchigei products chebo Syngenta en discount ak konyorchigei konunoik.
murek kwame akongem kesutik eng kebebertab 40 eng bokol kongete mbar, choge, dukoshek, ngeme amitwogik, ngoroik ak kitambaok eng gaa. Kobate matitaimgei. Claret Works Blocks koyanat akotare murek tugul chekikoimin yekasus agenge kityo. Aljige tatua Claret Works Blocks nekikeburuch ak iboisie kounoto eng agrovet age tugul nenekitenen. Inde blokit agenge eng ole mite murek, angot ko mbar, duket anan akot ko koingung ak itar murek tugul kole sei. Arufut ak anyinyindab tatua Claret Works Blocks kochame murek kosir amitwogik. Nitok kokochin murek kosus eng kotugul. Ker ile kesoman arorutik yeiboisie kerichot neiyanat kobun Syngenta.
Atochin missing ketestai tetutiet nebo kwenye emet kakomongei stakeholders chetinyegei ak ripsetab timwek ak itonwekab emet en komosta nebo Mount Elgon ak kosom biikab emoni kokimit ribetab timwek amat koyan kobit ng'emisiet age tugul nebo itonwekab emet kaindochi stakeholders chotok kolsetab ketik ko oret agenge nebo kerib kondametutab beek notok bo Mount Elgon Water Tower netiengei counties chebo Bungoma ak Trans Nzoia en nyorunetab beek. Gladys Yator nebo report.
Kaimuch komongei kibagengeishek cheterter koboto mornokab serikali ak stakeholders eng tetutiet nebo koletab ketik ko oret agenge nebo ripsetab kondametutab beek nebo Mount Elgon Water Tower. Kondochin DCC nebo Kopsiro Langa Kadilo komwa inendet kole makat kekimit tetutik tugul chekanoptoi ripsetab timdo ak kosom meng'ik nebo kobois eng kibagenge ak afisaekab serikali.
Mount Elgon na huu msitu kama tumekubali ya kwamba tunaenda kuchunga huu msitu. Jambo lingine, in as much as we have agreed as communities and as stakeholders kuchunga huu msitu.
Katestai kokimit ine kora kole eng kasarta notok kikimiti ripsetab timdo komakat kora kekimit ripsetab kalyet ak simakiboisie timotok eng tetutikab wechetab atebetab kalyet.
Kubali ya kwamba if we are not careful, basi msitu huu unaweza kutumiwa kufanya uhalifu. Tukitokoa hapa kuna mipaka mingi, vichorochoro mpaka tunatokezea Uganda. Na tumesikia some incidences. Ng'ombe zinachukuliwa huku zinapelekwa Uganda. Bangi inatoka huku Uganda inakuja Kenya. Na hawatumii the formal routes ambazo wanakuja na huku katika misitu. Kwa hivyo ninasema hivi. Tusaidie maofisa wetu. Tukomeshe uhalifu. Mambo ya bangi, mambo ya pombe. Ng'ombe zinasafirishwa kutoka hapa zinapelekwa Uganda ama Uganda kukuja huku kwa njia ya wizi. Na nyinyi wananchi tunahakika ya kwamba mnaona hizo vitu zingine. And I want to believe you that you report some of these cases. But kwa wale ambao hatujajua kwamba we are supposed to report these cases, we are supposed to ensure ya kwamba uhalifu haufanyiki katika msitu huu.
Kosubkei ak Naomi Komol kobun kibagengeitab NEMA kosom meng'ik kora nebo koboisie timdo eng oret neibu borotet ak keripchi binwek chebwonei.
I want to appreciate KFS for the good work that they are doing in this place, and all of us we have seen. And as NEMA, as an authority, we are really partnering with KFS to ensure that our forests are conserved and protected. And one of our mandates as the authority is to ensure that we use our environment in a sustainable way to ensure that the future generation will benefit of the same. So leo wananchi tumekuja kwenu, tumepanda wote miti, mumeparticipate, sisi tumepanda. Ombi letu ni kwamba wacha tutunze miti ambayo tumepanda.
Eng kasarata ko kaimuch komongei kibagengeitab Mount Elgon Ecosystem Conservation Trust akomwa kole bo komonut kerib Mount Elgon Water Tower eng nekamwa kole tiengei county nebo Bungoma koboto county nebo Trans Nzoia ak komoswek alak eng beek.
Mount Elgon Ecosystem is the source of the water that serves the major towns that we have. We have Bungoma town, we have Webuye, and we have Kitale. All the water that is consumed in those towns come from the ecosystem. If we conserve the ecosystem, we'll get the right quantity of water, but at the same time, the right quality of the water. And that will reduce the amount of diseases that are related to water that we occasionally get from this ecosystem. Therefore, we want to call upon the community to conserve the ecosystem so that we reduce the diseases and get enough water to serve our urban areas.
Kosubkei ak Humphrey Chemonges ne inendet ko ki CEC nebo beek ak ripsetab itondab emet eng county nebo Trans Nzoia komwa ine kole boisiei eng kibagenge koboto CFAs asikerib timdo kong'ete emoni akoi emetab Uganda noto pchei kondametutab beek.
Hapa kuona kwamba tunasaidia ma CFS kuanzia Swam mpaka Cheptais ili wasimame vilivyo, kwa maana mlima wetu wa Elgon umeathirika vibaya sana, na haitakuwa tu upande wa Kenya, lakini tutazunguka mpaka upande wa Uganda pia.
Kong'ete county nebo Bungoma, kong'ete Mount Elgon, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Gladys Yator.
Ketokchinigei county nebo Bomet ole kakecher neranik koityi komonut yaet nebo boisionikab eut asikosirgei en boisiet ak konyor borotet kobun boisionichotok. Nitok ko cherset ak kotigonet kobun neran agenge nekikosirgei boisiet ole en nguni konyoru makatiat nebo kila betut kobun boisiet nebo solisiet noton nebo rangik. Report netwech ng'eten Bomet ko neibwech Festus Rono.
Florence Chemutai ko kamet agenge nekikomong'gei koyai boisionik chebo eunek, missing ko boisiet netinyegei ak kikochi kororonindo korik anan solisiet ole kosubkei ak ine ko boisiet nebo komonut nekikochi kelchinoik ine en sobet.
Ko kinatar polytechnic anyo Bomet, anyosolisiot. Kiasal kabisa tugosiek chechang en Bomet, kiasal Nora, kiasal Senya, kiasal korik kabisa chechang en Bomet.
Kamwa Florence kobun Olbutyo en Chebalungu en county nebo Bomet kole boisiet nebo solisiet kobo komonut kou boisionik alak en kit nekamwa kole kikotoret ine kosuldaen boisionikab bandab tai missing ko nebo kokochi somanet lagokyik.
Atesetai asolisiet kabisa ko kiacham boisioni. Kikosomesonwo lagok ako tesetai lakwet nguni en college amoche koik engineer Ibrahim Kiprotich. Achame boisioni kabisa. En boisioni kit nekicheran ko nawe abaya en betut agenge asiche 1,000. Ko nai ko contract asiche 100,000. Kiacham kabisa boisioni. Kwa kwondo komosomsoti ako makoseretos lagokyuk. Kikosoman lagokyuk. Kikosoman kot komanda en boisietab rangik. Achame kasiniton kabisa.
Akot kounoton ko kamwa ine kole miten koimutik en boisionotok bo solisiet kosubkei ak nekamwa ine kole kikoker chong'indab biik boisionoton ko boisiet neisuldoen murenik ama kwonyik. Kacher ine kamatik koik cheikilegei en boisionikab bandab tai asikobit walet en emet missing ko nematkosas boisionik alak tugul chebo neunek.
Amwaak lagok chobendoti en town akosome siling 50, osome siling 20 kialwok mandasi anan obendi kityo korik akobur en korikab landisiek akoyoe chemochoton. Omong'u nibak akomong'u akonetkei kasitab eunek amun noton netoretok en sobet akosomesan lagok. Boisietab rangik tibik tugul cheomi gaa chekikosich lagok komatosaskei. Omong'u kabisa akobe polytechnic akonetkei obo kasisiekab eunek nebo rangik nebo tekset. Osiche baita en yoton ako osobe sobet nekaikai.
Kong'eten county nebo Bomet, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Festus Rono.
Kakorirtaen kibagengeit nebo National Taxpayers Association biikab boror kosubkei ak nemomoken kiy kokoito kerenywan en kasarta notok kichobe budget nebo kenyit age tugul ole kikoit kisuldaen boisionik chemomokyingei icheget koboto kora kiibet rabinik chebo komonut missing choto bo boror. Nitok kosubkei ak nekotuiyo kibagengeit notok bo National Taxpayers Association ak meng'ik chebo Nandi choto chemiten en Nandi Civil Society Networks, kandoikab dini en kwenutab kibagengeisiek alak asikokochi icheget konetisiet noto bo kit anan komonutiet nebo konai biikab emet komonutietab kokoito kerenywan en chobetab budget. Kinyoru report nebo Cornelius Keter.
Kong'alaldos eng taonitab Kapsabet komwa alak eng meng'ikab county nebo Nandi kondochin Sharon Cheruto kole chong'indab meng'ikab county nebo Nandi komatindoi naet kotinygei ak ole kichoptoi budget serikalishekab county mising ko budget nebo tililindo ole kamwa kole kobun kanetishet nekanyor kobun kibagengeitab National Taxpayers Association kowendi kotoreti kanetishonotok biikab emet ng'alek chekarob eut Paul Olunga kobun kibagengeit nebo Civil Society Network.
Focused on matters of health financing and how the citizens can do better in advocating for justice or for transparency in finances that are allocated to health, because health takes a very large percentage of the budget in our counties. Shed light on why a very large percentage of the budget goes to health department, why we need to understand that, and the Mwananchi was satisfied with the responses that the CC and the member for county assembly gave us.
Tunaweza jifunza jinsi ya kuengage wakati gani national government au county government, stage gani ambayo wananchi nitakana wahusike katika budget making process na kupatiana maoni yao. Jambo la pili ni kuwa inatupa tu pia kipawa ya kukaa chini na serikali na kuongea nao kama tuko well informed. Na wakati uko well informed unaelewa ni nini nitakana huo na engage na county government, inakuwa meaningful engagement na tutapatiana better feedback kwa county government wakati wa budget making process.
Kamwa meng'ichoto kole nyolu eng serikalishekab counties kokoito kanetishet eng biikab emet amait kosirto budget age tugul eng county assemblies.
County government and the national government and the people who elected them, this is a team and a joint venture which should be done together for the success of the well-being of the country and the well-being of the county and the well-being of the people of the Nandi.
Eng komosta nyo komwa nebo ng'echeret eng budget nebo Nandi County Assembly Paul Birech ak nebo ng'echeret eng health eng assembly notok Ezra Rotich kole tindoi imanda biikab boror koboto kibagengeishek cheborchingei imandab kipkosobei konai ole kichoptoi budget ak kosub akoi kisuldae.
It's very important for the taxpayers and civil society organizations, which in this case represent the taxpayers, to understand how does OAG reports looks like, what are the contents of OAG, and the audit process itself, and its findings and recommendations are supposed to be implemented.
If we have frequent discussion with them, it becomes easy for us as the county assembly and the county governments to deliberate on matters that touches on every sector, and more so the health sector.
Kong'ete taonitab Kapsabet eng county nebo Nandi, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Cornelius Keter.
Akakolumda kibagengeitab chemung'arainik nebo Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry report nebo KNCCI Business Barometer report neiboru oleu mung'aret ak en emet ak magutik chemokyingei sekta nebo mung'aret en emet. Kosubkei ak ofisayat nebo Policy and Research Advocacy en kibagengenotok Kiplimo Kigen kowendi report inotok kotoreti serikali ak chemung'arainik kora en kasuletab tetutik chetoreti en kanaptaetab mung'aroshek en emoni. Nyoru ng'alalet notok bo Kiplimo Kigen.
En kasarta ini ko kiloncheni report nekilen the KNCCI